Channel switched.
That's a shame.
Gotcha.
Oh fuck.
Al Said.
Press 2, the pointing the arrow pointing down on the numpad, or right to the
easy
right of
enough.
the keyboard.
Cheers.
No problem. You familiar with task force at all?
Anything we particularly need?
I'm just gonna yelling. Anyone else like not really familiar with ASOR, task force radio, or anything like that? Oh, just you, Sally.
Yeah, can someone drop me their short range, please?
Okay, Alpha, once you're set, just move to the southern side of the FOB.
Yes, like to drop my short range on me.
No.
It takes me like 10 minutes to load it up, so.
On the
Thanks,
ground.
man.
There you go.
Hey, where'd you guys get off to? Where's Charlie?
Messed up you there.
Yep.
Come out south side when you're ready.
Anything I particularly need?
Yeah, just a long range.
Channel 2. So these guys can chat to you.
En route?
Yeah, I'm on channel 2. Roger that.
Probably better off going out the back. Oh, actually, from where you are, so that's no difference.
Alright, anyone from Charlie who's all sorted and everything, just head out west to the range in front of the base.
Can you go to channel 2 Sol with your guys?
Yeah, sorry.
Pipe always bloody confuses me.
Yeah, I get lost horribly.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be using.
Nice.
Where the heck do we go?
This is the leadership one, and then the range is obviously at the range.
Not you, mate. You still
That's what they all say. I just wanted to show him my cannons.
Alright guys, so a lot of this, like 90% of this is just talking, so I like to do it in game anyway, so I know who's here, who's not. We will do some little stuff, I don't know, it's about halfway through, we'll do some, just go over some quick tactical consideration stuff. So the ASOR leadership training covers primarily how to do the leadership role for ASOR, you know, it's not some leadership Bible or anything. So it covers the commander, squad leader and FTL sort of all in one now, whereas before it was a separated thing. It'll touch on a lot of aspects that come under those roles, but obviously this is a base and nothing but experience doing the roles is what's going to make you qualified or better to do them. Hopefully what you can take away from this is the ASOR procedures primarily and some of the general leadership info and techniques, and it'll aid you to be a better leader, I guess. So cracking on straight away, the what's leadership? So leadership, it's not simply just being a leader. So a leader is a given position. So if you join a squad leader position, yeah, you've been assigned as a leader doesn't make you good at leadership. Having the ability to do that position effectively is what makes you, have leadership skills, I guess. So as a leader myself, the stuff that I'll cover just here, it's really just something that I've made up as guidance to other potential leaders. I've got 7 key areas I think are the key to. We should put that range further away. Hey?
Switchy, did you want to maybe move the group of us out away from base or something?
Nah, it's alright. It's all good. It's not that loud. Turn your sound down if it's not. Anyway, so the 7 key areas I think are key to the whole leadership ideal are authority, organisation, direction, control, initiative, guidance, and supervision. So yeah, okay, they're fancy words. So if you break them down and sort of apply them to how we do things, and how they all sort of link together. So authority, you need to be able to issue orders and have them obeyed, sometimes really quickly and without hesitation, and definitely without debate, so sometimes orders are going to seem a bit fucked up, like I'm going to die if I do this, and you need someone to do it now, then they need to do it. And that's where the authority comes in, and it's what makes the orders or whatever happen. And at times, to achieve authority, you sort of have to distance yourself from the team, just a little bit. Yeah. So the second one I said was organisation. So both yourself or you and your team need to be organised, not just your team. So when you start the ops, you need to start using your sub leaders. Like if you're a squad leader, you need to start using your fire team leaders. If you're the commander of ASOR, you need to start using your squad leaders straight away. It's vital to start this chain at the very start. You can't be everywhere, but you need to have everything organised and ready to go. If you're fumbling around trying to sort yourself out, then that's just going to roll downhill through your whole team and you're going to be disorganised. The third one I said was direction. So you need to be giving direction at all times, but particularly when things are going bad or getting intense. So a common thing is I know I do it, is when things are getting intense, I'm like too busy trying to figure out what the fuck's going on rather than giving some direction to the teams below me, or for me, as I play the commander role, it's usually squads, but most of the time it's going to be you to get the your fire teams doing whatever they're doing if you're a squad leader, or if you're in a fire team, it's going to be you getting your guys doing whatever you're doing. So directions need to be short and clear, and I'll go into more and giving orders later, so I'm just going to leave that one at that. So the other one is control, and control is fed by authority, organisation and direction. All those three feed directly into the control of your squad or team or whatever. If you're not doing those three things correctly, control is where you're going to notice the effects of that straight away. So the inability to control your team renders your team pretty much useless, or at minimum, it's not going to be the most effective fighting force that you can deploy, I guess. So if you can't control your team and get them to achieve objectives, then it's all pointless. You're pretty much fucked from there. All right, what are we up to? Fifth one, initiative. So as a leader of a team, you're always going to be balancing initiative with the current orders that you got. Leadership above you cannot see everything that you can see, unless you tell them, obviously, but most times they're not going to have a really clear picture of what you've got in front of you. So initiative is what's going to guide you guys in completing your orders without getting you guys killed. So yeah, command's telling you to fucking attack some target. It doesn't mean you have to run across an open field and attack the target. You know? You could maybe take the dead ground, and that's taking initiative right there. You know, just little things like that. You take initiative, and maybe initiative just comes up with some questions. So you say, well, is it okay if I do this instead of that? And anyway, that's initiative. That's pretty obvious. Okay, so guidance is the sixth one. So a leader at times will need to offer guidance beyond the strategic and tactical level to its members. Offering guidance correctly will feed back straight into authority and result in better control of your team. And guidance is also goes into the last one, which is supervision. So it sounds like, you know, supervision, watching over the kids and shit like that, but it's not. Supervising your team feeds straight back into guidance, and it's the key to improving your team's cohesion. So you can't improve or refine the processes of your team unless you observe the flaws and act on your teams through, you know, you see a flaw, then you tell them to fix it. That's supervising, that's guidance right there. The debriefs we do at the end of the mission are primarily purely for those two things. So you've just supervised, so you've seen your team operating through a mission, and then at the end you're going to offer some suggestions based on what you've seen or what comes up in those closing points. Sorry. Lex is just fixing some errors for me, so I was just messaging. All right, so next part is just considerations that you got as a leader, and that giving orders thing I was talking about. So the higher up you are in the chain of command, I guess, the more you're going to have to take a step back from your actual team members a bit, and put more time into your situational awareness and the procedures that you need to do. So as the commander, you know, I'm not going to spend all my time running around trying to shoot dudes. I need to have my map open. I need to be sussing out where my teams are. I need to be communicating. I need to be getting feedback, and I need to be directing, you know. So I'm taking a step back, you know, and then you go down a level and you go to a squad leader, you know, they need to do a bit of fighting, they need to do a bit of maneuvering, but they can't do that all the time. They need to take a step back. They need to be watching their map to see where other squads are, make sure they're not killing friendlies and maneuvering their team, you know, and keeping in the dead ground, you know. And then you go down to fire team leader. Okay, yeah, primarily they're going to be fighting, but at the same time, they still need to be aware of where friendlies are as well, you know. So they want to be checking their map occasionally and going, yeah, hey, dude, stop, you're shooting on fucking Bravo over there or whatever, you know. So it's a pretty easy rank structure that ASOR has, you know. We've got commander, squad leader, fire team. It doesn't get any more complicated than that other than, you know, 2IC. So the commander might have a 2IC, the squad leader should have a 2IC. And the fire team leader can have a 2IC too. It's good to set that shit. All right, so taking a step back can mean different things for each role, obviously, but normally involves things like I said, checking your map, knowing where friendly forces are, reporting to whatever command is above you. So fire team to your squad to the commander. Assessing tactical situations, you know, accepting feedback from your team or teams if you've got, you know, fire teams, and obviously staying alive is the main one really for stepping back. You know, you don't really want to be dying. Nothing's going to mess up your team more than if you die or go down. They become headless chickens sometimes when that happens. So not overly exposing yourself when someone in your team can go run out and grab that guy that's wounded, what you probably shouldn't be doing it, and it can be hard, like if you've been running a squad for ages, it could be hard to do that step back, Is there any questions so far, like just before I go on? Right, so given orders, there are plenty of orders, small orders like move over there, or there's mission-wide orders like capture this objective. However, when you break all of them down, they're all the same, and there's really only two things to given orders. And the first one, I've just called it clear, and the second one is objective. So what do I mean by clear? So obviously, as a leader, you need to give orders that are clear. So this is commonly referred to as the commander's intent. If your team doesn't quite know what they're meant to do, it leaves a lot of room for bad initiative calls, like, well, maybe he meant this, and they do something wrong, kind of thing. And that's when all the mistakes start happening. And clear doesn't always mean what's the outcome of the order. So rather the guide path or the left and right of arc on achieving the order. So to make a mission clear doesn't mean you have to have a clear objective. It's about the way that you give the order that makes it clear. So to give a bad example of, it's not the greatest one, it's all I can think of, but it covers the point. If you if the order is move to the town and clear the town, for example, it doesn't mean go to the town and eradicate every living soul, including civilians. Whereas an order that's move to the town and eliminate the enemy that's there more effectively conveys the order's intent. There's it's not really that much more information, but it's slightly worded differently. So it's just something to be aware of when you're giving orders and you're trying to give a clear order.
That happens a bit. If you're not clear, your team will do something odd and you'll be like, why the fuck are they doing that?
Yeah, exactly. So the other part of that is you can't go the other way, and so you've got to get a balance of passing your intent without leading down a path of micromanagement. Go here like this and do this like this and have your weapon like this, and like you just get fucking crazy and you ended up on the radio for 10 hours. So that's the intent part, the clarity of it. The other one is like I said, the objective. So objective-based orders are really the primary thing. Like any small or large order should have an objective. Without an objective, the team will never know they've completed the order. So if they're unable to contact you while attempting to carry out whatever order you gave them, and they don't have an objective, if you're not contactable, how do they know what to do? How do they know when to stop? How do they know if they're finished, or all that sort of stuff? And also, orders without like an objective will only come up with questions. So you'll give an order and then all you get back is questions, like multiple questions, and it will cause delays and possibly just confuse the whole process. And if the person doesn't have the balls to ask a question, then they'll just go off and do something fucking totally what you weren't expecting, and it's pointless. So a good one is just to show what I mean, sort of, is move down the road. That's the order. Move down the road. So you're going to get shit like how far, should we run, should we crawl, can we take that vehicle over there, all sorts of stuff pop up. Where do they stop, like it's a vague order without an objective. Whereas if you ordered your team, move down the road 500 metres, double time and set up 4-round defence, then 5 seconds later you get shot in the face and they have to carry you down to this 500 metres. They still know exactly what to do. They know exactly when to stop, and they know what to do when they stop. Like it's.
I need a medic.
So there's a proper way to achieve a clear order with an objective and everything covered. I don't really want to go into it in deep. I think if you just think in your head, clear and objective, then you should be right to give an order. But it's recommended if you ever give an order, like you use how, who, how, what, when, why type thing in your order. It's more for like a fixed larger order, you know, like the mission type one, you know. ASOR will go here and destroy this target at this time for this reason and all that sort of shit using this. But yeah, just so you're aware of it, like, you know, just to give you an example. So the order is, let's say, ASOR utilizing Alpha and Bravo squads are destroy the bridge at 0700 in order to prevent enemy forces reinforcing across the bridge, so our assault will succeed. So you look at that, you got ASOR's the who, the how is using Alpha and Bravo infantry squads, destroy the bridge is what, when is the time's given, and why is, you know, to stop those reinforcing. If you take a look at that whole order, you can't really confuse it up. You've got what's available to you, when you've got to do it, how you're going to do it, sort of all covered, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Suits, the other way you can describe it for people that have done non-military stuff is SBAR. I don't know if you know the SBAR system. It's basically the same thing.
No, I've never heard of that one.
Situation, background, action, and recommendation or response. It's basically exactly the same. Who, what, when, where, why. They use it in airlines and, you know, health, and it's standard communication for health now.
Anyway, don't get too tied up with that. If you are doing a mission or something and you want to do a mission order or a projective order or something like that, then think about it then. But when you're on the ground and you're going, just think clear and objective. For any order, like anything. Like even the example I gave, move over there, you know, like just move 500 meters over there instead of saying over there, just move over there, you know. Just a bit clearer, not really any extra words or anything. Alright, so the next part is the actual ASOR leadership requirements. So like shit that we do every op that needs to be done if you're a squad leader, flight team leader, commander or whatever. So mission briefings. So at the start of a mission, you'll get a mission briefing, and the briefing will either be with just the squad leaders and the commander, or it'll be everyone all together. So when you get the mission briefing, think about what your squad role is, and just identify gaps or questions that you have, and make sure you get them answered. Assume nothing. Like if you've got a question, ask it. If you don't feel confident asking it when everyone's standing around, just wait till everyone clears out and ask it over long range, or come see me. Don't do shit. Because I'd rather you be totally clear on what you have to do and how you have to do it than go away thinking, oh, maybe you meant this, you know. Same over the radio while we're in the middle of an op. If you get an order, it's the same deal. Ask questions. You're not going to get in trouble for asking questions. So the other thing at the start of an op is the squad setup. So the first thing you need to be doing as a squad leader is identify and brief whoever your 2 ICs are going to be. Make sure they know they're going to be the 2 ICs so they can kit up right with the long range and shit. And get your FTLs in straight away and start using them, you know, like just get in the habit of doing it every op. Just get them in, get them over, go to whisper, whatever you want, or just tell them. It doesn't matter if other people can hear. Say, look, want these guys sorted out. I don't want any fucking bullshit kit. You know, you get their kit and get them sorted. I'm going to be over here. You know, like I'll cover that later, but it's important to do that at the start. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll cover that later. I'll leave it. If not, I'll come back. So, and then once you do that, you got to let the FTLs run their guys and report back to you. Try and discourage members from coming directly to you, like, and get the passage going through the chain of command. Because yeah, I'll just cover it now. So if you're, it sounds a little bit retarded doing it in base. Like you're all standing in one of those tents over there, you're all close by, everyone can hear you. But when you get out into the field, if you just get everyone and go around and tell everyone and do everything, that's how the squad now runs. When you get out into the field and you're in combat and you've got command yelling at you, you've got fucking other squad members talking to you, you've got 2 fire team leaders trying to talk to you and every other motherfucker in the squad, you're just going to lose your shit and you're just going to be useless. So the team needs to know how to operate correctly before you go, and by doing that at the base at the start, you've then set it up, you've set up a working function for the team from the start. And they'll use that and continue to use that when you get out into the field. It's going to save you a lot of headaches.
You can do that just by what I do, and I think a lot of the other guys do, is they introduce, even though the guys can see when you start the game, you just introduce your FTLs to their teams. So go, yep, so tonight we got, say, OJ taking red and Harmer's taking blue team tonight, guys. They'll set you up, and then you basically just, like Suit said, tell them what you need them to do, and then they'll micromanage it, and teams then know who to report to, basically, when they're moving separately, instead of just blaring you with all the comms.
It encourages your FTLs to start that micromanaging, and so you don't have to worry about it.
That's it. It also gets your FTLs doing something. Like, there is, sometimes FTLs, they don't have that much to do, really. Like, it's pretty, I reckon it's almost the best role. You just got to run a couple of dudes and, but,
A good
if they're not
FTL.
doing anything, then you'll notice the effects. You'll either have to be telling guys to move here or there, and that's the other thing too. I'll cover all this later, but when you see someone out of line, you should be also passing shit down through your FTL, rather than just going, Mestop's in a fire team member, and Ox is I don't even know how to pronounce your name, Auxilia?
Axe.
Axe. Okay, cool. So Axe is the FTL and Mestop's the fire team member, and he's out of formation or some shit. Then I go, Axe, sort out your guys. It doesn't matter if Mestop can hear me, and he'll probably move when I say, but at least you're sort of empowering that fire team leader to do so.
Yeah, a good fire team leader will switch onto that pretty quickly, and they'll take that role right on, and they'll be really managing where their guys are positioned and shit like that's what they're for.
Timmy, you ready?
Yep. Yeah, taking fire. Go channel 2.
So as the FTL,
Cover me, boys.
you need to make sure that your fire team members have a call sign or number, So you'd be red 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then make sure your fire team members know who their buddy is. So you'll have a buddy, and the other two, you need to just tell them that this is your buddy. It's something we pretty much lax on, I think, the whole buddy thing. So the other one is, in your fire team, you need to just sort of identify who's got what role, Make sure the LMG guy is kitting up with a fucking normal rifle or something crazy. Like, yeah, if you've got someone who's meant to carry AT, but he's got AT, he's not just taking it off. Engineer's got his fucking EOD tools, he's not just paying it off. Because it'll happen, you'll get new guys in and it'll just change their role or whatever. And if there is anyone in an LMG role, or sorry, in a specialist role like that, or a specific role, you need to tell them what you expect from them, like, you're the EOD man, I want you always up front, okay? So if the squad leader says, punch out this way, red, or whatever fire team you're in, and I want you to start fucking going straight away, don't fuck around, just, I want you out front, LMG, if we stop, just get a position and put down fire, and, just give them a little bullshit brief or whatever, just, you'll notice that it'll improve the team when shit does happen. The other one is, we probably need to start doing, is sort of sharing around the ammo, like, if you can carry some more LMG ammo, then share that shit around. From the squad briefings too, I forgot to mention, if it's not the full squad that's there and it's just you guys go up, when you go back, make sure you pass on everything you possibly can, and make sure you ask them for questions. Make sure you know your team, if they have any questions, make sure you ask them if they've got any questions. And also, just the other thing is just confirm that your 2IC understands the mission as well. So that he may have to take over for you, so he needs to know the overall objective and what's going to happen and where he should be going and all that in case you're dead. So, and just do a check, you know, like he's got his long range and do a comms check and stuff like that as well. That probably comes in a squad review, so if both the squad leader FTL should be doing a squad review before they acknowledge to command that they're ready to punch out. So you want to do a sound off, or the fire team leaders could do a sound off, or the squad leader can do a sound off, both, whatever. You know, obviously do your sound offs on, should be on the radio, so everyone knows, and do radio check with command net if you're a squad leader. Maybe you'd want to do an equipment check, you know, just do a brief look over everyone, make sure they've got helmets, and if it's night time, make sure they've got night vision. You can just walk around and go, okay, that guy hasn't got night vision on his head. You got night vision in your pack? Yeah, okay, cool. If you do have time, like if you're readied up and you're all good to go, but there's other stuff going on, you know, command's doing some bullshit or something. Do go over your tactics and rehearsals or something. Go outside the base here and roam around and do some formations, or you know, go over, just chat or whatever. Go over your insertions, extractions, what you expect, what you want the team to do, shit like that. And then I guess the other one is the squad debrief. So like I said before, the squad debrief's pretty important. Like ideally when you do a squad debrief, you should move through the operation in stages, so you're not just bouncing all over the place all scatty. So, you know, go over insertions, or insertion if there's one or more, I guess, but extraction, you know, when we moved to objective 1, when we did objective 2, you know, try and put a bit of structure to it, so, and keep people in line. Like, it's the ultimate tell Warriors time, you know, like try and keep them on track about, you know, trying to get something out of it. You're trying to get pros and cons and how you can improve either individual players or the team, you know, like this is how ASOR grows. Like, if we don't learn from our mistakes and shit, then we'll just keep doing them. And this is the good part about all this: we get to get better and we get to refine our shit. You know, don't move on to the next subject before everyone's had their turn, you know, just go, yeah, does anyone want to talk about the insertion, how we fucked up, you know, like, what do you think we should have done, or something.
Just have to be wary of the war stories, yeah.
Okay, so the next part I'm going to go on about is just general team operations. So when you're running your teams, try and use the ASOR defaults as much as possible, because that's what people get taught in basic. That's what you should try and use. The defaults have changed a bit because you change your tactics, but that's probably the next point actually. You know the environment that you're in, and know the considerations of the terrain or the environment you're in. You know, if there's IEDs, you know, formations in IED threat zones, do all that sort of stuff. You know, have the correct weapon loadouts. You know, if we're going up against soft-kinned vehicles, do you really need to do with, you know, 5 AT rockets sort of thing? You know, it could be carrying MGMO, stuff like that. Chain of command. This is where I was going to cover sort of that, establish that chain of command early with your sub commanders and that. So I'll skip over that. Positioning. I sort of touched on that when I was talking about step back before. So as a team leader, you want to position yourself on the battlefield where you can have the best situational awareness of your team. Doesn't matter if you're the commander or a squad leader or a fire team leader. So, squad leader, you want to be central and just rear a bit so you can see what's going on. You're still safe enough to pull your map up without getting shot, and things like that. The fire team leader, yeah, you want to be central, but you also sort of want to be close to the fire team leader so you can talk to him verbally rather than on the radio, so he doesn't get fucked on with comms. A commander's going to be central as he can and possibly in an overwatch or a high position wherever he can, sort of try and get a feel for what's going on and what he might need to do. They're the, let's call them default positions, don't be scared to move along the line. Like, if you're a squad leader, move, you patrol along, move out to the flank or something, or, as the commander, I always go up to the front and get a feel for what's going on. I don't hang there the whole game. I'll just go up, if I'm a bit confused about what's going on, I'll go up there and have a look for myself and see what's going on, and then go back, by doing that as a team leader, you can get a much clearer picture than anyone can pass to you over the radio, so it allows you to make better decisions. So the other one is the team cohesion. Touched on that before as well. Maintaining the cohesion of the team is key to presenting the entire team as a single fighting force rather than some scatty three-man groups or something like that. So as soon as you lose that whole cohesion thing, the team starts just becoming individuals or small fighting teams rather than one large solid fighting beast. So you achieve that through maintaining the coordination and the communication with other leaders. So the squad leaders are talking to each other, fire team leaders are talking to the other fire team leader, or you're at least at minimum checking your maps, to see who they are, so you don't blow them away. You have to remember, you're the eyes for your squad. So if you see, say, your Alpha and see Bravo coming across your front, let your guys know on your squad radio that, watch out, Bravo's coming across our front. Watch your friendly fire, blah, blah, blah. You need to be communicating that stuff. Yeah, you can see it. Your dude on the MG who hasn't been in his map for the whole mission yet is not going to know. Yeah, and you need to, particularly when you're moving and things like that, you need to be, especially like the fire team leaders, when you're operating close together, you need to be communicating, you need to be working
I'm
together
nerded up. I've
to
got my
cover all
9-line
the shit.
card
rather than
already.
just
What's that
flocking
about,
over
mister?
top of each other and doing
That's
whatever.
an AICD.
And also, like, everyone should have a understudy and whatever the opposite to understudy is. So wherever possible, any leader should be understudying the person above them and have someone understudying them. And it's the same for ASOR, The squad leaders should be trying to, suss out what, I'm not always with yous, but so get an understanding what the commander's doing. And, it's generally 2 ICs, but they should be getting an understanding of what the squad leaders are doing, and fire team members should be having an understanding of what the fire team leaders are doing, because it just allows you to, if you just have a peek into their world, and this is why it's good for anyone to do this training. If you just get a peek into the team leader's world, then you've got an understanding of what they're doing, and you can more effectively sort of work with them and what they're doing. All right, tactical stuff. So mutual support maneuvering. We're getting better at this one, actually. It used to be like, always when I did this, it'd be like, yeah, we're shit at this, but we're getting pretty good at this now. But I think it's because we've got constantly more than 1 or 2 squads, so more than two or three squads. So our experience in ASOR the last 2 years or whatever is splitting our teams and not utilizing this whole mutual support thing, or the dual squad, or 2 fire teams even not working together properly is usually results in bad juju, like dudes dying or wipes or whatever. So the location you should be trying to achieve is that if the other squad or team get into a contact, is your team in a position to support immediately, either via a direct assault or a flanking maneuver or just some fire support. So The same applies to your fire teams, you know. Having everyone behind one rock is probably not a good idea. Or at the same time, having them 1 kilometre apart, they're just useless to each other. You know, one's going to get fucked up, and by the time the other one gets there, they'll be all dead. It's just completely pointless. Might as well roll in separate 4-man teams if you're going to do that shit. So always, when you're going to do anything, just for a split second, just consider the mutual support. You know, all you have to do is assess the locations of other teams, or your team gets increasingly difficult and like it gets busy and you know you're trying to assault something. You still just got to think in your head like, you know, can I maintain support? Like I just got to check your map and keep all that shit going. You know, like there's no point in going, okay, yeah, sweet, I can do this flank on this guy in mutual support. It takes me way over there, and you start heading off around there to flank, and then you get into contact over there. You're now separated and in contact and fucked up. You're just no help to anyone. So think about things that you're going to do, and think about, you know, who's going to be my support. You really shouldn't, with the teams we've got now, you shouldn't really be doing anything without some sort of mutual support from another team. You know, there's always going to be exceptions to that, but you know, if you're on your own, obviously. But otherwise, think about that. That's a big one that'll change. That's a game changer, really. Like if you can keep that mutual support, you should never have an issue, really, unless we're in a real bad way. The other one is the weapon systems that you got. So always have a good understanding of what weapon system your team has, and have a good idea of how to utilize those weapon systems. You know, and the scale of the weapon systems at your disposal, or how much you need to know, will change based on where you are. Like what if you're a commander, or squad leader, or fire team leader. So you know, a commander doesn't need to know what fire team has AT capability, sort of thing. He just needs to know that the squad has AT capability, and you can issue the order, you know. And you can position that squad correctly based on the knowledge that they have that capability, you know. But as a squad leader, you do need to know your fire team's capability. So if you've got one that's got AT and the other one doesn't, then you don't, you know. Or you need to know, the other thing is the weapon systems. You need to know if they're out of ammo, or that guy's wounded or something like that. So you can effectively deploy the weapon systems that you have online rather than pushing a squad up that has no MG, or putting a squad in Overwatch that has no MG or something like that, you know. And then when you get down to the fire team level, you need to adjust physically on the ground the best way to deploy your weapon systems. So is the LMG on the high ground or out in the flank, as we usually like to put them? Does the AT have a clear fire path at high threat area or something like that? You know, there's no point having the AT in a building when he could be on the roof, say, like with able to use his thing, you know, or something like that. So just as the leader of the team, you need to be aware of those. And I guess the other one that all leaders need to be aware of, right down probably to fire team leader even, is just the other weapon systems that are outside your team. So things like air support or armor support, and be willing to utilize these, you know, through command or whatever, to help you out. And you know, like don't sit there go, well, we're getting fucked up, when you could have copious amounts of X-ray straight from the ground or something. You know, just keep that in the back of your mind, or at least find out about it before you step off, type thing. Just on manoeuvring now, like, so forgetting about the mutual support thing, just manoeuvring. Try and have an understanding of the basic tactics we use to maneuver our teams. So I'm going to go over them, but don't be afraid to do them in the field. Like, get them going. They're there for you to do it properly. So, you know, flanking and switching and all that shit. So if you start a flank or whatever, you still need to consider that mutual support thing, like I was saying before. But just you know, don't be afraid to, you know, if you're in contact, fucking your objective is to kill the enemy, not sit there and take fire and hopefully kill them. You know, like fucking do whatever you need to do to take them out. So just some basic things if you haven't touched on them before, the basic combat tactics. The first one we said was the switching. So this one's really good. Like it allows you to keep fire down while you move. So I'll just get Chambers OJ up just to do a quick demo here. So I'll go. So I'm. Yeah, I'll go to
You
yell.
want yelling? You want
Yeah, I'll
yelling?
go to yell. So I'm the squad leader, and OJ's red, Chambers is blue. So red on my right, facing north. So we're just in a line formation. So just for a second, imagine that there's, you know, 4 guys or 3 other guys left at Chambers and 3 other guys right at OJ. To do a basic switch, right? So we're taking contacts to the north or whatever. I don't like the ground we're in. I want to go to the west. I just want to move over to the west, but I just want to keep the fire down to the north. I can just go red, switch left, and then OJ will just get his team. You go red, we're switching left. He'll fall back a couple of steps and he'll run behind blue and form up on the left. So when you do these, you know, these are the sort of stuff that you can practice before you go out with your squad. You know, when they come through, the fire team leader wants to go into the first position, and then the rest of his squad form off the left. Because what I'll do as a squad leader is I'll come down, and I'll either sit in the middle here, if I'm just doing one switch, or I'll go right down to the end, and do a couple of switches to move over. So while we're doing that, because they're running behind, blue team can be putting fire down at whatever enemy you're on. It's a really good way to move across. You know, there might be some rocks over there, like or whatever that we're moving to, and you can do it without, you know, just everyone just stop shooting and running over there. You can still put some fire down. All right. So another one is just the move through. So you might do this with another squad. So, you know, just say OJ and Chambers are alpha team and they're set up and they're covering to the north. And I'm Bravo and I'm coming through, and I've been told to do a move through Alpha's position and take up position at the next wall or whatever. So it's exactly like it is. You move through and you literally just move through Alpha squad and go through to the next thing. But a move through specific things. I want you to go exactly through where Alpha is. It's you know, it might be a cleared path, or it might be, you know, like if I wanted you to move up on their flank, I'll let you know to move up on their flank. Just remember that move through. And then obviously Alpha has to not shoot them in the back of the head when they move through. Flanking. So flanking, a lot of people don't get this right. Like it sounds so easy to flank, but if you take 2 hours to do a flank, you've defeated the purpose. So flanking needs to be fast, and wherever possible needs to be in cover or at least concealment. So if you should always try and think as a squad leader, when I get into contact, where can I move? So instead of, you know, maybe as a squad leader you might put a couple of rounds back when you get into contact, then pull yourself out and just think to yourself, okay, this is going okay so far, but where could I move if I wanted to move? You know, bring up your map, have a quick look where you are, suss out what's around you. Fuck, there's a river over there. I could move along that river and at least get one of my fire teams, you know, on a different angle. Maybe not beside them even, just a different angle. Just sort of fuck the dudes up in front of you, you know, like there's a high ground to my right over there, you know, like maybe I could just push a fire team up there and get the MG going from up there. And just always think about moving. The best option is not always just to stop and sit behind your rocks and shoot back. But yeah, if all I'm saying is with the fast thing is if you're going to do it, fucking do it. Don't dick around you need to get your team moving. You know, if they're just like, oh, hang on a sec, like, no, fucking move now, go, 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 west, west, move, move, double time, get them going. You know. Right, the last little, or maybe not the last one, but the defensive. So when you're in defense, wherever, so normally defense is going to be a pretty good position anyway. So when you're looking at setting up a defense, think about defense in depth. So Chambers is blue and OJ was red. I've been told to cover southwest with my team. Okay, so I'm going to go. All right, Chambers, can I get you to push out? You know, let's just do it 10 meters. Let's just say I told him 100 meters. So push out 10 meters to the south. And just cover southwest, and then OJ, I'll just get you to go slight right, but only 5 meters out. So maybe I'd tell OJ say 20 meters or something like that, and then so I've got my blue team out. Anyway, I've got my blue team out 100 meters. I've got my red team back at about 20 meters from the center of where I'm defending. So now blue teams obviously will get the contact first, and red team won't be in contact. So blue team can either fall back and back behind red team, or at the same distance to red team, or red team's not in contact, so I go, I might use them to flank then. It just gives you options rather than committing your whole team to something. You can do a little bit of a stagger that gets you that. Gives you those options. One we don't use too much recently, but we have sort of done it before, is RVs and ERVs.
This is gonna get loud.
If you can remember, just always have them ready. Try and add a new ERV before major engagements, or when you're leaving a safe location to an unknown one. Just tell your squad. You don't have to put it on the map, but if you tell your squad, all right, we're in this compound. All right, we're moving out to those rocks over there. Then if shit goes bad, just fall back to this compound, okay? That's an ERV just there. So you don't really need to make it a big deal. Alright, I'm nearly done. Just comms. So in the past, guys have come up with a few general comms tips that people use to affect, because it can get confusing with the long range and your squad and local all happening. So you can run your squad and long range at different volumes. So it's just as simple as bringing up your radio. And you bring up the long range, by the way, if you don't know, through Alt-P. And you can just change the volumes on your channel. I recommend having your long range at a higher volume. Maybe, just bring Control P to bring up your squad radio, turn that down a little bit. Doesn't need to be much, just so you can tell the difference a bit more clearly.
Hey,
the
on that, sorry,
the other one, yeah.
On that, guys, make sure I'm yelling. On that one there that Suchi's touching on there with your volumes, what I think OJ and myself do, I think you do the same as me, OJ, but what we do is for our long range, I have my long range on about 90 volume, and I usually put it in a left ear or a right ear, whatever one you want, and with my squad radio, I put it down to about 60 or sometimes 50, depending on how busy they get. That way you can easily decipher the difference between your squad talking about contacts and then hearing your commands or your orders from command. So just a good tip for that one.
Yeah, that was my next point, the different ears. But just a couple of general comms things to save some confusion and fucking about. If you do talk, like just say you're on your long range and you're on your squad net, so, and you want to just quickly talk to Bravo, but you can't raise them, and so you switch over to their squad channel. So you go to channel 3 and go, "Hey Bravo," and you hear nothing. You're like, what the fuck is going on with Bravo? He's probably answering you on long range or something like that. So if you, same with long range, I do it all the time. I'll go to channel 2 on the long range to raise air. I'll go, you know, X-ray, this is command, and I'll hear nothing. And I'll go back to channel 1 and raising me on channel 1 because that's where they can come out. So I don't tell them. So if you ever change channels like that, you know, just say I'm on Alpha's local net, I'll just go, hey, this is command, well, Alpha, this command on your local net, blah, 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 you know. Just throw that little term in there so they know where you're talking from. Or, you know, if I go to long range 2, I should be saying X-ray, this is command on long range 2, so they know that I'm on there. The other one is just always assume no one knows who you are until you've told them. So at the beginning of each conversation, you know, this is and your call sign. So this is Alpha, this is Bravo, this is command.
Thought we got rid of this is.
You can drop that when you get good at it. Yeah, you can just go, you know, command Alpha and stuff like that. That's fine. But if you have struggling with it, I would recommend doing the full conversation because it'll just make it more clearly. But once you've established a conversation, once you've gone, you know, Alpha, this is command, and command goes, Alpha, go ahead, or whatever the fuck, then you don't need to say, this is Alpha, this is Alpha, this is Alpha, everything. It gets annoying and it makes messages take ages, so just be ready to drop that sort of stuff.
Until you've closed the conversation, you see?
Yeah, and then we're really shit at doing the outs, but if you can, throw an out in. Just remember, if you're going to use outs...
Can you use a copy as an out? Because I've kind of been doing that.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, I'll just say, yeah, copy all, and then I consider that as done.
I think that's our downfall though, Swifty. I do it as well, mate. I'm not saying it's you. I do it all the time, and I think Suits is right. We need to really get onto our outs and overs. So even if we're going, yeah, copy that, it still needs to be finished with an out or an over.
And that's why we get the cross comms. That's why we get people talking over each other, because there is no clear definition of an ended conversation.
Yeah.
Whereas if we had an out, then as soon as you hear an out on the radio, you go, sweet, I can jump in now.
Because otherwise, what's happening...
I'm not going to, just on this before you go, man, if you get on the radio and totally fuck it up and do whatever, don't worry about it. Like, I'm happy to help people do it, and I'm telling you right now, this radio shit, you will never get any better at it unless you just fucking do it. Just get on there and do it.
A good one to use is, sorry, a good one to use if you have to relay multiple messages, if you ever get stuck in a command position or something like that, out to you. So if I'm talking to Alpha, I'll go Alpha command out to you, and then just in the same sentence flow on to Bravo, this is command. Basically means I'm done talking to you, and then my next conversation can start.
Yeah, that's
brilliant.
brilliant.
So just right, practice it. Raytel's is simple when you practice it, and you'll start learning that, you know, instead of, you know, command this is and all that sort of stuff, you just go Alpha command send over. You know, it'll just be send it and all that sort of stuff. It just starts flowing once you get to practice. That's me done.
You can, sorry, just from my own experience, you can talk about yourself in the third person as well. So, if you're a squad lead or a fire team lead, instead of saying I'm in heavy contact and still potentially being confusing, say blue team or, you know, Alpha Blue is in heavy contact. You're talking about yourself in the third person, but you are clearly stating who you are.
That's really important though.
That's actually the most common thing you hear when there's a squad wipe or whatever, and the last person up, they stand up on the radio and they say, I'm the last one alive. Great, who's I'm?
Yeah. So the most common ones is he, me, I, and all that sort of stuff. Those sort of words are all fucking useless when you're talking on the radio.
Also the term over there.
Yeah, that's another one.
So what I was going to say was on the whole scenario of squads talking over one another, which does happen a lot often, and I think we can definitely get better at that, will come from us actually doing our outs and overs, being really conscious of it. Because too often this happens, and I'm guilty of it as well, is there'll be a conversation going on, and they may only be halfway through their conversation, all of a sudden I'll chime in with, Command is Alpha, and then now he's got 2 conversations on the go, and what that just causes is absolute chaos on the radio, and it just makes it painful for everybody.
Yeah, I can usually do it, like, I usually cover it if you fuck up, so don't stress. But it's just a good to know thing. The other thing is that you need to do is you need to have an understanding of who's on what squad net. So, especially the specialist ones when they just come in, like Victor and stuff like that. So, if there's a Victor rolling around, then you want to know what squad net they're on. So if they pull up beside you, you can quickly jump on their net and say, there is bad dudes in that house, fucking cook them off. It's really handy to know, like, so, yeah, just, obviously Alpha's 2, Command's 1, Bravo 3, Charlie 4, like, just keep all that shit in mind. Air's 6, if there's a chopper, he's trying to come in on your LZ, and then you fucking talk to him. Don't be scared to bounce around the channels, just don't forget to go back. And of course, wait for it, the most important thing of this whole training, acknowledge everything.
Don't fuck up.
Acknowledgements, man, like, they're so important, like, especially with the buggy build of armor and just some messages not going through and whatever the fuck. Just acknowledge everything. There's 2 types of acknowledgements. There's a quick ACK, there's abbreviated reback. So you can just go ACK, or you can go ACK, Alpha moving west, or whatever your order was, or whatever you're acknowledging, ACK, red
There's
moving,
also
blah, blah, blah.
wait out. So, if you're busy and you can't relay the conversation or something like that, for example, you were getting shot at, you were dealing with other radio channels, wait out. It basically tells the person on the other end, I understand you're trying to raise me, however I can't talk to you, so piss off for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But just remember to contact them back.
It's very common, like when you're calling in like contacts for a squad, you go command, contact, wait out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cover reporting right now, actually. So this is
just before you
we
do
talked
suits,
about cohesion before.
Can I jump in with a couple of tips?
No.
So just in relation to
go to
so
yell
for-
if you're not.
Yeah, I'm on you. So in relation to your backpack radius, your long range, when you're in FTL, if you're just let's say the 3IC, so especially then you don't need specifically to have the radio, the long range blaring in your ear. So turn that volume on that one down and concentrate on the inner squad comms instead.
Yeah.
And the other one is try not to overload your radios. You'll find that you can set alternate channels on both your short range and your long range, which gives you the potential of having 5 conversations in your ear at once, depending on how you set them up. So avoid the temptation of trying to understand what other squads, what the airnet's doing, what command's doing and things. If you don't need it, you can make your life a lot easier and help facilitate the flow of the chain of command a lot better by concentrating on your level primarily. And then if you do find yourself in a situation where your 3IC and both the 2IC and the squad leads down, you can quickly open up your radio, crank up the volume, then jump on command net and let them know what's going on and take over from there. So.
The only people who should be needing more than 3 or more are suits in the JTAC. Anything other than that is retarded. And the reason why you don't want any more than 3, left ear, right ear, and both ears. You set the range, you set the outputs to those, and you can sort of tell which radios you're getting talked to on. But if you don't need it, don't do it, because experience, it'll do your head in.
Yep, it also prevents you as a fire team leader from trying to preempt any commands just because Suits comes over to Charlie, like to me, and tells me to do something. I might have a different idea about how I'm going to direct the squad. I might get one fire team to move in one direction and the other to do another, go somewhere else in order to accomplish the order. If you just, especially for just general squad members, some of who do change their short range into the alternate channel for command net to keep abreast of what's going on at that level, they might suddenly start moving because they go, oh, I've just heard that we've been ordered to assault this house or to move up to the wall on the, or something along these lines. I might not want to go direct line. So that's all. Just as especially as the FTLs, try not to preempt anything just because you may be aware of what's being discussed on command net. That's all.
Yeah, that's a great point,
Yeah,
AJ,
they're
because
good
too
points,
many people do it. too many people have the command in their ear, and I'll hear something from, like you were saying, for command, and then half my guys will start moving. It's like, fucking don't move.
However, I
I
also
know.
appreciate it when everybody turns around and says, "Hey, OJ, command's trying to raise you." So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, that's really good, man. What was I gonna say? Oh, the other one you'll hear from me too is be prepared to move. It doesn't mean move off. It means I'm just telling you to get you guys aware that you're going to be moving soon or whatever. So I've had that a few times. I'll be like, you know, blah blah blah. Be prepared to move, you know, to that compound or whatever. And I'll be busy doing other shit, and I'll look at my map and they're halfway there, and I haven't got whatever else I was trying to organise to move at the same time, you know, like, just, yeah.
It comes back to them being aware of your orders, making sure that they're 100% clear on what your orders are. So
If you get an order like, be prepared to move or be prepared to do something, just acknowledge, copy that, getting ready. Waiting or something, you know, so I know that
you
you
start looking at your map, looking at the lay of the land, deciding how you're going to move, do that movement, and be ready to issue the orders down to the squad once you get confirmation to go ahead.
It's also a time where, like, if it's a be prepared to clear that compound type thing, then you can go, okay, let's prep our team, you know, and let's get red organised to go in and blue to do something, you know, you can do your own little planning.
Quick side rail. Have you considered putting the map mod that Shack have developed? Because it'll make it explaining how we're going to move to our FTLs.
We're going to put that in. I just haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet.
Yeah, it'd make explaining to your FTLs and to or just your general squad how you're going to do it instead of going, like, trying to convolutedly explain it using words.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Wow, words.
Yeah, I know. Well, in real life, you'd rather, like, pull out a map and point than just, like, say, oh, we're going to go here, 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 and just, like, not rely on, like, a visual.
you just cut out.
No, don't worry then.
Yes, thank you, Cal.
Alright, anyway, just to this is sort of the last sort of topic here.
What the hell was that?
Reporting on, reporting to your chain of command or the commander, if you're a squad leader or whatever, is really important. So when you're a squad leader and you report to command on the command net, you're also keeping the other teams up to date on the flow of the battle, and you know what the other team capabilities are, and all things that aid leaders in making better, more accurate decisions. So the way we work all the reporting is or requests for anything all come through command. Other people can hear it on the command net. Command can decide what to do with that, and so forth. The big one that needs to be reported actually is task complete, and that's the same for a fire team as well, or anyone. It's really important to maintaining commands that if you get a task at any level, the squad, fire team, whatever, just reporting task complete when you're done, so whoever your leader is knows that you're ready for more orders. You know, it's just going to make shit roll heaps smoother. It's so simple, but you know, it doesn't happen a lot of time. You know, if your orders are to clear a compound, then report compound clear. If you're getting, you know, requests for an update on it, just report still doing the task, whatever, not yet complete or something like that, you know. So there's a whole bunch of quick reporting that you can do as a leader. So it's just quick messages that don't necessarily require a response from whoever you send them to, but they're just good for FA on the command net. They're just quick reports. They need to be clear, short, and to the point. Otherwise, you know, it's not really a quick report. You're just blabbing on about what's going on. So, and generally after a quick report, if it's something like contacts or something like that, then you'll follow it up with more information. You know. So something like contacts would be just like we were saying before, alpha in contact way out. Sorry, I lose my voice.
You have a drink suit.
Yeah, I'm running low. Yeah, like you know, it might be Alpha Contact West. You know, you just smash that on the command net, and everyone knows if you've got baddies to the west. Okay, doesn't mean look over to the west if you're not near there, but you know, you're aware of it. You know, for the casualties, just as soon as you take casualties, as soon as you got a hint that you got casualties, just put on there Alpha casualties, and I'm like, ooh, hang on, we're gonna have to maybe stop here for a sec. If you know they're just wounded, like this is where you need to tell your CFAs to keep you updated about the fucking wounded. Don't just run around healing people or whatever. Let me know what's going on. You know, are they wounded? Do we have a dead? You know, just because you can either just go Alpha WIA, or if you know how many, give a number, or if you find out you got one dead, just go Alpha 1 KIA, you know, and report that up. You know, it's really handy to know as a commander, because particularly when we're trying to move about the place or conduct assaults, if I know you got wounded and shit like that, you're not going to be able to move. You should be able to move, but you're not going to move as effectively, or possibly I could think about getting a PJ to you, you know, shit like that. I've covered task complete, so you know, to report a task complete, you can just go Alpha in position if you're told to move somewhere, or compound secure, like I said before, or just Alpha ready. I know whatever task I gave you, you've done, and you're ready for new task. The other one is, I might give you orders sometimes, and you do have wounded, and you can't move. Just say Alpha unable to move, wait out, or wait one, or whatever. You know, if I'm trying to contact you and you've just got fucking shit going on like you wouldn't believe, just say, this is Alpha, wait out, you know, and I'll know that you've got shit on and you'll come back to me. It's not a big deal. A good one, if you do have wounded, is maybe don't just say, I've got WAA, say, include the time, like an estimate of the time that it might be that you could move. So, Alpha ready to move 2 minutes, you know, stuff like that. But like I said, you always got to follow it up with more info if you're going to report stuff. So, you know, if you get contacts, you know, you might have already killed the contacts. You need to report that you killed them, so we know they're not a threat anymore. So, contacts west eliminated, west is clear or some shit. Or, you know, if there is contact still going on, you need to try and estimate the size, the type, where they're moving, or what they're doing. You know, are they aware or they're walking about? I've already covered casualties. WA, KA. Just try and keep your casualties to WA and KA. I don't really give a fuck if one's been shot in the leg and one's been shot in the arm. I just need to know if they're wounded or they're dead. That's it. A big one too for casualties is teams will take, they still do it now, like even with all the medics we've got now, they'll take one wounded and they'll halt their entire team. All you need to do is go CFA, look after him, we're carrying on task, and then if the PJ will come up, if the PJ comes up, the CFA can now leave unless they've got multiple wounded to deal with and he might need a hand. The CFA can go back to his team and do the same. When we get your guy up, we'll send him to you. Don't worry about him. As long as that PJ's there, he's sorted. Really important. The whole reason why we made this setup that we've got now is so the teams are still fighting and being effective when they got wounded.
That's actually a really critical point, especially if you're doing building clearances and urban warfare. Take a casualty, just radio it, man down, location, moving on. Somebody else can deal with him. You need to keep moving and take the fight to whoever it is that shot him. So, you know, if we ever get down to the, you know, someone breaches a compound on the western side, man down, western clearance, moving. That's it. That's all you need to say. Medics will know, get to him, and you can continue, you know, basically fucking up the targets.
Yeah. That's where FTLs as well need to take control of that on that level as well, because guys are going to be wanting to try and help out and move here and cover that. It's just like, guys, let's keep moving on task. He's being looked after.
Yeah. So as a FTL, like, yeah, that's a good one actually. You need to be that sort of that dude that yells at people. Not saying yell at people and piss them off, but just, you know, when they're doing shit like 4 guys trying to bandage someone like I seen the other day, just fucking get them going, stop them from doing that shit. You know, that's your job as an FTL. Just go, guys, fucking clear that building. You know, dudes, come on, what are you doing? Get off this guy. The medic's here. Let's go. Move this way. That's your
sometimes
job to do all that
explaining
stuff.
to them.
Squad
Exactly.
leader's not going to be doing that stuff. He's got like a slightly bigger picture to move up to. You know, the FTLs need to be doing that stuff.
And if you're a CFA and you've got people standing around and tell them to bugger off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, CFA can help with the casualty stuff big time.
Yeah, so like without being too rude, you got to be a bit strict or firm with them because they can tend to do some silly shit. So you just want to make sure that you're saying, guys, this is BS. What do you know? Why we got 4 guys there? Let's get moving. You know, and then blue team. Yeah, this is blue team. We're moving on. Is otherwise they will. You'll see people get bogged down, whether it's in firefights or whether it's with wounded or whatnot. That's crucial.
Yeah, like it's, you know, you don't have to say please and thank you. Everyone's here to do a mil sim. I understand that it's not all fucking lollipops and coconuts, but
Wait,
there's
there are
no need
coconuts?
to go ballistic and tell people they're fucking idiots if they're, it's not someone you regularly joke around with or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just keep that at the back of your mind when you go on mental. Don't go full mental.
I generally call them Muppets.
Yeah.
And that explains why you're the only one that goes out on a bayonet charge.
I've never gone on a bayonet charge. I don't know what that's about.
Every op.
What Suits is saying is just be cautious on how you approach people, even if when you're being firm, don't be too ridiculous about it because people aren't going to want to play with you if you're going to be like that.
Basically, don't have the Raytel procedure of Woodsy when he gets angry.
You get PMs from me telling you need to pull your head in. I hate doing that shit. So.
Just leave the swearing out of it and just tell them what to stop doing and what to do next, and then that generally gets them motivated and on back on track. That's what I reckon.
Alright, so the last bit, final bit, this is just situational reports. So you'll get this. You could get it as a fire team leader if your squad leader wanted to do it that way, but mostly your squad leader will do this one. So the sit reps are pretty simple. It's just a situational report on, you know, or a quick overview of what your team, where your team is, what they're doing, and what's going on, and their status and capability of, you know, like so sit rep will include your call sign, your location, your activity, casualties, equipment and ammo, enemy, and then the last
Direction of
bit's
cover.
sort of like info or intel and stuff. So just an example of a sit rep, I'd go, I'm Alpha Squad, I'm in a compound, right, and I'm in a defensive position, got a couple of wounded, I've got 1 dead, the wounded should be up, you know, they're pretty bad, 5 minutes or something. My ammo is good, but I reckon my MGs might need some ammo later. And I've still got contacts moving around out there, okay? So we're not in any threat, but so command goes Alpha sit rep, I'd go, command, this is Alpha. Defensive position in the most northern compound. We're holding. We've got 2 wounded, 1 KIA, ETA 5 minutes. Ammo's good, may need LMG resup soon. Heavy contacts to the north maneuvering.
That's it, you wouldn't want it any longer.
Over, sorry, not out. Because you really want to copy from command or something like that. You don't want to just go out. You want them to come back saying acknowledged, otherwise you'll just get Alpha, sit rep again, and you'll be like, for fuck's sake. Any questions? I know, like I said at the start, before you bust any questions, that it doesn't tell you everything you need to do or make you an expert leader. All it is a bunch of advice and information for you to go now and try and be a leader and develop your own ways and get your own experience and do it. You know, if you go back and watch some early videos, you'll see myself, OJ, Chambers, all fumbling about, you know, doing whatever. And
Didn't mention
that's
Swift.
how you learn, that's how you do it.
Did you still fumble Swift? Fuck off.
Yeah, so don't be scared to get into it. You know, Thursdays like today where you get an opportunity to jump in, do it, fuck it up, it's all good. All this shit that I've just babbled in your face at Mac 10 is on the wiki under SOPs and ASOR leadership. So
Let's
if
do a
you want to go
test.
back and read it, or you missed some shit, or you can't remember what those 7 things were and why the fuck they made sense, just go back and read it. Whatever. Is there any questions?
What is that fucking thing? I've had that.
Someone said there'd be ice cream.
What's that colour? What's that colour thing? I get it every week.
Yeah, I've just had that.
Someone's got something on their kit that doesn't quite agree with everyone
That
else.
colour thing, main thing. I
No,
get
it
it
isn't.
every week.
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
no,
colour
that's an
thing
error
is
in our
when someone
config.
joins.
I think we
someone
found
joins
that
a
today
team.
actually. So.
That was
It's
a really
actually
good one.
the
Susie.
Bushmasters. It doesn't have a icon or some shit. Oh, wait, that's me.
I've got a question.
One, actually. Alright, I'm gonna reset the mission and we'll
I
get
think I
back
had a
to
question.
Yeah.
Somebody had a question.
I just test something quickly. Come here, Lex.
Yeah,
Greg has a question.
Go to Yale's
How
and
do you use the long-range radio?
Control
Hey, boy.
caps lock.
You can also change the
Give it a
key
go.
bindings in your configure settings.
So it's control caps lock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, thank you.
It's not fun trying to use your long range radio when you've got controls set as your collective down in a helicopter. Don't do that.
Actually,
No.
just oh fuck it, I'll bring everyone back to TeamSpeak.
Well, actually, I've got another couple of quick hints about comms work as well with the radios. So when you're in leadership positions, especially in the squad leads, but it's also when you're FTLs and you're taking over, switching between talking on long range and talking on short range can cause some key issues and channel transmission options. Do your best to leave that half second between moving from one channel to the other. So if you're just rabbiting off copies or issuing orders or just chatting on your local squad radio and then you immediately try talking on long range, you can often continue transmitting on your short range, and so it causes added layers of confusion and slows everything down a bit. So it's usually always the high pressure situations that's happening when you're under fire. It's just something to be aware of, that it's one of the little glitchy things. Oh, and TeamSpeak's got a release. You push when you've got your push to talk setting. You can change it so that it keeps the comms channel open for an extra 0.1 of a second or something like that by default. If you up that to 0.3, that tends to help not chop off the end of your speech, because you can actually lose copies and outs and things like that quite easily with your dancing fingers over the keyboard.
Sorry, could I just ask a question?
Yeah, do.
What should a squad leader do if IED has been spotted? Because we had trouble last Sunday where the whole of blue team got wiped out.
A squad leader, well, he's already set his squad up to be moving in a certain direction. It's actually like the FTL of whoever's EOD that is responsibility to make sure that if it's spotted, it's marked on the map, and then they move the squad away from it. And it needs to be also brought up to command's attention so that they know to get their EOD specialist in there to fix it.
Okay.
Yep, so basically you want to mark it so that everyone knows it's there, move your team away from the threat, not particularly get our EODs to fix them. You want to get the proper EOD specialist from command team to do it. You move your teams around. As a squad leader, you'd make sure they're safe. Their safety, basically, in that situation is your first priority.
Yeah, if you're storming a compound or something like that, then try and get your EOD to find a safe path, perhaps past it, and then just continue on. Get your EOD or one of your EODs to stay behind if or something, and call for the specialist to come up. You can find the IED, reveal it, and put a flag on it and all that. I'm hoping this week I'll get to the more extended flag stuff on the IEDs too, but mostly just if there's an IED found, get your team away. You know, so if it is going to go off, it's just the EOD that's going to die. Like, that's his job. That's what he does. Goes in and tries to do that shit. So, yeah, we don't really want the squad AD spending all their time trying to defuse bombs, but if you've found it and you've marked it, get your team past it, and then move on, and maybe have one of your EODs stay behind until the specialist gets there, so we can say, yeah, there's something there and there's something there or whatever. That's about it. But if it's totally blocking a compound entrance, then just if as a squad leader, just get your either make it or go around to another entrance.
Get out!
That answer the question, Jew?
Anyway, like to see that.
I think you're on whispering, Lee.
Nah, he's on normal.
We got 13 minutes.
Yeah, I'm checking it now.
God damn!
Chambers. Look at Andy.
Yeah, we'll probably have to back
It's a good little trick, isn't it?
It's not completely accurate.
Oh, shit! Called it!
Oh, yeah.
So what did he do?
Short
Don't use
distance.
it much.
What? Alright, never mind. What? Fucking
It's
you.
good to
Why
tell
not?
like, an FTO skills to squad to go that way.
Yeah, why not?
Everybody else starts spamming it.
Oh, the dude.
So
The
that's
dude
it.
down.
Yeah,
the-
just-
I was
That's
thinking it's good when I say, blue team move to those sets of
This
rocks
guy's,
to the south, and they go, which rocks? And then I can go,
That's
those rocks.
That's what it's for. That's right.
That's what it's for, but what's going to happen is there's going to be 50 fucking squad members trying to...
It's only,
Oh,
it's
there's
only
an enemy
within,
there, and there's another one there.
it's only within 5 meters, so
Yeah,
I don't see why the
Oh,
fire
the dude-
teams
the
can't
dude
do
down.
it within amongst
Over
themselves
here on the fucking ground. You see
if
him?
it's within 5 meters.
This
I
guy
don't want
is,
that shit all over my screen, though.
No, I don't stand next to the fire team.
They have them doing that, but probably not the squad move.
Permission for execution, just right there.
They're within 5 meters, they can talk, Cal.
Given they don't.
Axilla said he's going to leave and fuck you all, you're all a bunch of cunts.
Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
about right.
He's going to be right back, his microphone's playing up.
I'm looking at session lost.
No one cares.
We all got that.
Update your repo and join the server again.
Just the edit PBO that you've changed?
Channel switched.
Is the next stop up yet?
So I guess I just gotta grab the map.
Actually, no. I need Noisy, and then where's Brave? Brave, get him. No, other slot Brave. There you go.
Are you on the server yet, Issa?
Yeah, I'm on. Are you not?
I'll try connecting now.
It's only on training range. Is this the right map?
No, I'm just grabbing it now. 1 sec.
God damn it.
I'm going to steal one of your spots one night just to mess you up.
That's rude.
We'll move to red. Do we need X-rays?
Most likely.
Okay, I'll be an X-ray then.
Nah.
You fired, Skittles.
Ah!
Fired.
God damn it. What's going on there?
What do you want us, Susie?
Axe? You have
He's
to
got to
use-
restart it yet.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's raging, semi-raging.
I think he
Who
tried to
was
spare
the,
wood, but
His anchor's stuck in.
Who was Dogleg Part 4 or whatever it was?
Yeah, that was interesting. Never
Yeah,
thought
it's
that
been
was
me
a-
before.
That's
Someone else's
happened a few
alternate pick.
times.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been in the other
Andy's
server a
other
couple of
profile.
I just put that in there and I can't see it.
I play Battle Royale, so it's kind of, you need a unique name. Andy's a bit too generic.
What's going on?
Who is that mod going?
You're looking for Thursday the 20th, Kundits?
Should be the one.
No, I didn't mean that personally, of course.
It's called Thursday, 20th of August, unless you've got a different.
I see
Yep.
that.
I
Yeah,
see
it's
it.
there.
It's right there.
Right there. There is no there.
Fourth
should
from
be.
the bottom.
Yeah, it is. I'm
I'll vote for
doing
it.
shift and thingy majiggy.
Get killed.
Why can't I see it?
So yeah, fourth from the bottom suits.
We can all vote for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you won't vote for veteran.
Oh, well.
I can see ASOR training Thursday the 20th.
Me too.
It's
above that.
Yeah, it's three up, the third up above that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got
It's
it.
above
from
the
the bottom
EOD
for
one
me.
and below the FOB
Yeah,
G
I haven't got
test.
it. I've got FOB GS test and then I've got training OD, training range. That's it.
Right, nobody click on anything, and Suitsy just probably.
Do you want to log out or log in?
Oh, we're on trainer range again.
There it is. Just need to do it one more time just to fuck everyone around.
Jeez.
Hey.
That's the way.
So you want to
Man.
go commander?
The hell think you're doing?
Did you put it in veteran?
Yeah.
Oh, you stole Brave's slot.
I got in there one eye, but I left as well.
Do you want me as anyone?
I'm gonna take Bravo. Screw you guys.
this is the ASOR janitor up there at the bottom.
Oh.
Nosy, you just did the training. Get him to Bravo FTL.
Yeah, if
There
anyone
we
wants
go.
to do a Victor,
Oh boy.
go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like fun.
Well, Alpha's a mess.
Yeah.
Alpha's been abandoned.
Guys, don't fill up Charlie when Alpha's still got spaces.
Yeah, but we're the rookies.
Yeah, that's okay. You can
Yeah.
with the squads
Go
now.
up there. We want you mingled amongst the
Yeah.
squads, not all in your own rookie squad.
Charlie could be cannon fodder.
Gotta have cannon fodder.
We don't do cannon fodder in ASOR. That's Timmy's job.
Are you sure?
That's what Bravo squad's for.
Nah.
Oh, bitch.
One of you new fellas want to
And
jump into
Nicholas,
LNG
can you
and
go
Alpha?
to Bravo FTL if you want?
No, I want to do EAD.
Okay.
I haven't played LMG in a while, so I figured I'd do that.
I jumped into Alpha, LMG Red.
Move the FTL
Move
red.
the others up. Garrett,
Give me that
TPM,
sweet EOD.
Southie.
What's FTL? I'll jump in there, but.
That's
Fire team leader.
If you haven't done the training, please don't.
Yeah, well, there's no other spots open, so I'll just stick to Charlie then.
Alpha.
Yeah, just stick to an LNG or Grenadier in Charlie squad, and then you'll be able to join the other two in game afterwards. One of the other two squads.
TPM or Southie. Switch to an LMG slot. Actually, TPM should do it. Don't go EOD, go LMG. There you go. I still need an FTL for my red team.
Is anyone going to take Alpha?
Kill. Kill.
Woodsy.
Kel's
I'll
doing
be.
something.
Ton should do it.
Yeah, if no one
He
takes
looks eager.
it,
Sorry, man.
guys that are
I'm
interested
feeling
in that
pretty
kind of
sick
role better
today.
jump in.
It'd be good to have another Guardian too, actually.
Yeah, I can take that if.
Need an EOD specialist for command too, don't you?
Putting it out there, fuck it, suck at comms.
Only way to learn is by doing, and this is why we have Thursday night ops.
Here's a question. What's the Guardian do with command?
That's the,
Heal
the
people.
medics. The
If you need a
advanced
CFA, I
medics.
can jump out of the vehicle gunner.
Suits, if you want to break, I can do command. You can go to IC.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do CFA, Woodsy?
Yeah. Or Suits be out.
I still need an
You
FTL.
still got 3 new guys in Charlie.
Yeah, because we're going to reassign once
Do
we get in,
I
mate.
was going to say, do some of the more senior people want to jump out of Grenadier and LMG so the new guys can jump in?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
They'll be joining the squad anyway, won't they?
Nosy. Oh, wait, no, you're already in an FTL slot. Bugger.
Someone that just did the leadership training jump in the.
Okay.
Bravo.
Sorry.
That's why I jumped in the LMG slot, because I figured that way I can let someone else take, CFA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, Jufishy.
Someone else want to
There's a
do
Grenadier
Alpha
slot
Squad
in
lead
Alpha.
that's just done the
Rest in
training?
peace, Red.
No,
Please.
they'll be fine.
Please,
Why not?
for
Why
me.
not? Just stop the dribble, man. Let other people talk.
Copy.
Does anyone else want to do Alpha Squad lead that done the training today? Besides me.
Why don't you want to do it, Tom?
Man, shit.
Do it, Tom. Just do it.
He's in there.
We'll let you off. Give you a pass on next Thursday.
Sweetie, do you want to go with 2 of you, or you want to gunner?
Oh, I didn't realise it was. Yeah, I reckon the gunner's good.
I dropped that to CFA. I can drop it down if you want.
I can drop down to be a gunner if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives an LMG slot for Garrett or TPM.
Yeah, Jeff, jump up.
Yeah, one of you jump up.
Thank you.
And Charlie in first.
If you're in your slot, guys, never mind.
Yeah, Garrett, once you're set, just join either Bravo or Alpha.
What is SLD asking for?
Spawn loot die repeat.
2 seconds.
What's a spawn?
What's a battle?
What's a bang bang stick?
Anyone else stuck on 4 kilobytes?
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait for it,
There
mate.
we go.
It'll,
There we go.
it'll
So,
shut off.
let's sort that shit.
Hammers hogging the download.
I blame TPM.
I blame
He's
all those
always playing on the
Yorkies
new
that are in
guy.
town.
You're just jealous of my tiny ping.
Penis.
Wrong words.
Well said, mate. Well said.
I think that's exactly what he was fishing for.
Yeah, for sure.
That doesn't sound like Homer.
I'm a love self-deprecation.
Yeah, that's Scudero suits.
No. What was
it?
I think the line is eat my shorts, isn't it?
And will you cover me while I throw my grenade, battle buddy?
Wasn't sure you're even wearing any pants, Homer.
Let me think of a snappy comeback. Fuck off.
Did you want to?
Homer, if you're looking for a good comeback, go jerk off into a fan.
Yeah, go.
Fuck
It's not on fucking veteran, is it? Holy fuck.
2K
I'm
lost
Uncle
to
why they're
Eagle
fucking
today.
jolted live.
Is it or isn't it?
It's
It
not.
isn't. because I can see my fucking player icon.
Uh,
I'm not going back, man. I'm not going back. It's just too painful.
It'll
Everyone
only take
knows where
1
they're-
second. Everyone knows their slots.
Yeah.
That one there, Sid.
Do it.
Everyone knows where they are.
Do it.
Do it.
We're good.
Do it, mate. Do it. Everyone knows where they are. Remember where you were. Go straight in.
Do I have
I
to
don't know.
go?
I think I've already forgotten.
Then
Fucking
just
cracking
leave.
it.
Harden up,
It'd
princess.
be nice if it said on the fucking map screen, eh?
TPM was left right out.
Is there any way to disable other modes by default?
No, I can edit the modes. What I should do is just make regular veteran.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. Saved a lot of trouble.
Make it all veteran.
Make it all
Just
veteran.
it's-
There's
it's
no
a-
Yeah,
substitute.
it was funny when people tried to play other maps.
Just before you start, Suits, that error I just put on your thing.
Alright.
What's that about?
Who was Bravo FTL Red?
Did you have an
Oh,
update?
you
anyway?
can have it.
Have I?
No, that's the error we just fixed with the repo update. Just update your
Dude,
repo.
yeah.
I did
Kick
update
it, Suits. Everyone's in. I think.
Good. Hit it.
Yeah, Obi needs to.
Sure isn't.
That's
D's
all
nuts
good.
is a presidential
Yeah, I'm just
candidate.
checking I've got it updated again.
Hey, Bo, do you want FDL?
So go around, I'll come back to you. Start the map. I didn't
Suits,
double
did you want
check
to?
what I usually do.
Did you want to let the guys know sort of what we're doing before we start, and then I can brief the guys or the squad leads when we're in map?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it, Sue. Sorry. It's sometimes doesn't update Pasco when I do it. All good.
Just got to make sure that you're holding your left hand at 90 degrees when you update.
Yep, that's it.
Standing on one leg.
Twist
as
your tongue to the left.
Oh, I thought it was right. Fuck, I better back out.
Hang on. How am I supposed to remember all this? Left hand, 90 degrees, tongue. What was it?
Standing on one leg and hopping.
Twisted to the right.
Just start writing it down, man.
Grab
Just
your
start
right
writing
arm.
it down.
I thought it was. Hang on, is it right or left?
Then you got to dislocate your kneecap.
Oh, this is fucked.
If you're upside down, it's either way.
So what if you're using a standing desk? Does that count?
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus. Is that even supported?
Wouldn't.
By the way,
The map
guys,
screen guys
anyone that
remember to
doesn't
hit
have
continue so
ASOR
we know
after their
who's in.
name and wants it, if you have a look in the forum, you might need to bump it to the top. There's a.
It's quite a few pages back. I had to go look for it.
I'll be mean to turn the search function back on, but if there's a thread there where you just post your ID and stuff, and I'll load it to the.
We should sticky that one.
Yeah, there's too many stickies. Maybe I need
Give
to
you
combine
something
them into
sticky.
One ultimate sticky.
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 One massive info sticky.
The thread to end all threads.
Thread within a thread.
That's just too far, Jay. That's just too far.
Did you click continue?
Funny that, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was messed off.
Ah, fuck, you can't sound alike.
Really?
Slightly. Not really, but sometimes.
Channel switched.
Channel 6, Victor.
Cool. Anything you particularly need me to carry?
Just make sure you got a toolkit.
Do I need long range?
You probably get it in the vehicle. You won't fit a toolkit in with the long range radio. So you could probably use the vehicle long range if you wanted to listen in.
I was more if I needed one.
Nah, get Lex to grab one. God damn it, I lost my helmet.
red team, Garrett? Oh, yeah, that's better.
Someone dead.
So is that the M249 TPM?
Correct. That's M240.
I need you to grab the 249.
Okay, copy.
What's our vehicle of choice?
It's going to be the ASLAV.
Sweet.
I'm going to put my gun on my back again.
Ooh. I can't remember. Double tap control just lowers it, and there's another one key that does it.
Wrong way.
Done.
What was it?
0.
Are you flight leader, aren't you?
Unless you want it.
No, no, thanks.
Yeah, yeah, I can use my pistol. I use my pistol.
What radio are we on?
Who is it?
We're in
Yeah.
Bravo.
It looks like we lost Lex already.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
ETC.
I'm sure
He's
he'll
coming
come
back.
back.
Bravo
Right.
radio check.
Copy.
Alright, so red team. I'll get the EOD as red 1. I'll get the grenadier.
Do I see that?
Yeah, as a.
Right, cool. So that's where it is. We need to I'll let the air guys know that there is a known air threat in the area, so we're gonna have to be careful how we insert.
The map again?
I'll get you guys to brief your guys on what we're doing. Obviously it's going to be the
Mine's
normal
on 399
setups
as
for your
well.
boys, so I don't need anything in particular. Obviously, EODs and whatnot will need to be running.
Say
Question.
Chambers, whereabouts is it?
It's at
Tapakar,
Tapakar, west of the base.
Oh, right, yeah, I see it.
We don't know exactly where, but it's in there somewhere. We need to go search for it, find it, and try and save the POWs or any survivors.
The town just to the southeast of Tapakar, do we know if it's hostile?
We don't. So we're going to have to presume the whole area is hostile. Obviously, like I said, there's a known air threat in the area, and I've got to let the helos know. So I'll have a chat to them in a minute. When you guys are briefed, you guys come back and see me. Let me know that you're ready,
That's annoying.
and then we'll
Actually fucking annoying.
I'll tell you where we're going to insert. Go from there.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, brother, copies.
Yes.
Just checking you on short range, Sue.
Yeah, that's what I asked you to do.
Yeah, sorry, I realised the friggin' thing didn't have a radio in my backpack.
Channel 3,
Oh.
chickadee chick.
Well, there you go. I really just need to find out where we can go, where we can't go.
Wale.
Whaley.
Wale. Orca, I don't skip. Whatever.
Yeah, well.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, guys.
Just
if you
confirm
look at
your
your
guns and radio channels are wrong. That frequency.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to load us an ASLAV, Lex, with the frame around the side, if they're all fixed?
Yep.
And
Channel 6 short range.
put some stuff in it, maybe? What
You know
stuff
how
do we
to
do
do
with it?
Yeah.
No.
Copy on channel 2 long range.
It's all done inside the thing now.
Oh, sweet.
You don't have to actually manually load it all, I don't believe. I was just
Yep.
thinking, make sure there's a spare toolkit, and then make sure there's some LMG belts, and that's probably about it. They don't generally need medical supplies. So, do you guys want to do that?
Oh, we're wearing crew helmets on.
Well, I am.
Yeah, chuck
Oh,
mine on
it's
as
my
well.
Now
stuff,
messed
so
up.
I'll grab one.
I took my night vision off it.
I'm not getting a radio. Can you get me a radio?
I can put mine down and give you one, or get one. Done it. Alright, so
What channel are we on?
channel 6. Apparently all the radio freaks are messed up. We could be on channel 1 if we wanted.
And by what to do, I assume we go get a vehicle.
Yeah. Get a vehicle, load it with some LMG ammo and a spare toolkit. That's what I was thinking. It can all be done manually now. Grab both 2 types of LMG ammo, just 10 boxes each or something. Be too sweet. Alright, I'll go find out where we can go, where we can't go, and how they want to utilise this.
Cool. Did you drop that radio?
He did before over here.
Hey, grab it off this guy, this dead guy. Does he have one?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't, eh?
Okay,
Must be something with this slot.
I'll put mine in your backpack here.
Oh, now I fucking got one. Now I've got 2. I don't know. Oh, have you got one?
Yeah, grab one. Still 341.4.
Oh yeah, what's with the channels?
Yeah, apparently they weren't set right.
In terms of contact reports, if it's just like 1 or 2 enemies, just call it out.
You get
locally,
that same
don't
channel
call
for
it on the
channel
radio.
6?
If it's something that you think will threaten the squad, then you call it out on radio.
Hang on.
So like a squad
Copy that.
plus coming straight towards us.
Yeah, definitely. If it's just 1 or 2 contacts, just do a local.
And I guess especially if we're in contact, well, we're already expecting them.
Yeah. But we could have like blue team facing one way and red facing another. We don't want to call them all over here, you know.
Yeah, gotcha.
And if you want, you can use the little spotting function. You probably know it already, but
No, I don't know the spotting function, sorry.
Is shift tilde?
it's a 4 meter radius. You got to be within 4 meters. See, I didn't see
Okay,
that.
cool.
I didn't see that because I was too far away. I was closer.
Sorry, what channel are we on? Channel 6?
6, which I see is 341 point something.
Mine's 300.4.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
What was yours?
Let me just check what Swifties is.
We'll just change it to yours, I guess. He's on mine.
Cool, what's yours? 30?
Yeah, copy that. 300.4.
Radio frequency for Victor local is 106.1.
What?
We have to change it to 106.1.
Okay.
Cool, and channel 1's there for 101.1.
Yeah, and so on and so on. That's if you need to. I wouldn't worry about changing it unless we need to get on their net. Then I'll change it. Radio check 106.1.
Copy.
Yep. Also, when you get in the vehicle, you'll have to put the command radio on if you're going to listen to it. 80.1.
Do you want to spawn it? That stuff?
Oh yeah, why not? I haven't used this one before.
You get to do all the loadout while you're spawning it though.
Yeah, it's okay, I can do that. And you want the ASLAV with the
Yeah, the Mag 58 up thing. Let's see how that goes if it's all fixed. As soon as you spawn it, I'll just test if it's fixed. If it's not, then
I
we'll
hope
go
you
the
made
non.
it quieter.
Then we'll. If it's not fixed, then we'll go the normal up.
You
I
sure
think
this
it will be
is?
fixed.
I can't actually. There's no options to add items to this.
It's down the bottom.
Oh, found it. Cargo.
Yep.
Where was the? Where did I click that?
Then so just add a toolkit and then the two different types of LMG belts that they use, and then I think we're done. Just 10 of each, I think.
Can't type in numbers yet. You can click add down the bottom a few times though.
Yeah, I hit the delete key on that other thing, and I was like, what? So we want ammunition, you said?
Yeah, the LMG belts, two of them.
Which type?
The
7.62 or the?
Yeah, there's two types, so I was thinking just get 10 belts of each, of the 7.62 and the 5.56, so it's there. What do you
It's the
reckon?
biggest belts.
Yeah.
100 round of those. Oh fuck! They had them in box of 10.
No, don't do a
Must be
box
for a
of 10.
sniper gun or something. 7.62.
No, for the 100
Rifle.
rounds.
Yeah, add 10 at a time. If that's what you mean.
Why is this tent broken? Like, didn't they have the money for a proper tent, Lex?
No.
They've used the busted broken model when they could have used the good one.
Anything else we need? So I got 20 of the 100 round 7.62 and 20 of the 200 round 5.56.
Yeah, that's heaps. I was going to say a spare toolkit, but...
And a toolkit.
Yeah, okay, that'll do. That's heaps.
And it's
You
not
can
the ASLAV with the frame because it's not in there for some reason.
Oh, isn't it? Does it get the Mag 58?
There's variants in there now, Method. So if you go to
Oh, I
Hey.
see.
Yep. This
Yeah,
made it
you need
all-
to highlight the icons to be clickable or something because it doesn't appear at the moment.
yeah, can't tell which ones you can click on. Just don't spawn it, push escape, or click on the X.
Victor, this is Bravo. Radio check on your shortwave.
Oh, do you want me to spawn this one? Or
Yes, that's on my shortwave.
Cool.
Yeah, do the Mag 58 with the cage.
Yeah, I've got that now, sorry. I was like, what are you talking about? It doesn't exist.
Save that ammo profile. Apparently,
no.
You can save the ammo profiles.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
if
didn't
it's
save it because I
still-
didn't think we'd need to, but whatever, I'll do it this time.
Who's on 106.1 for short range?
Victor. Hope this mission's working. Because the unit script obviously hasn't worked properly.
For the radios, yes. Anything else it hasn't worked for?
That's what I'm wondering.
Alright, now, let's see.
I'm on the fucking radio. You mustn't be on channel 6.
Yeah.
I'm on channel 6.
Your guy's probably on the default channel 6, all the radio channels are scrambled. You need to get them to reset them manually.
This is the AirNet though.
Yeah,
Channel
channel 6. So nick off channel 6 if you're not AirNet.
Thought Victor was on channel 6.
Yes, it's told me that I was on channel 6. 106.
Okay, AirNet will now go to channel 7.
Hey, that's not my fault, I was told. I got a compass. Do you have a compass scanner?
Yeah, I do. On the top.
I do too.
Fucking hey, alright, driver, just take it down to the main road and hold.
Cool, and I got coaxial and 25mm cannon.
It's quieter too. It's not so fucking annoying.
Not that fucking quiet. The gun
It's
makes
better
a
than
lot
it
of
was.
noise.
The gun makes too much noise still.
Like
Yeah,
Okay,
but
just
it's not
hold
so
here.
screechy and shit.
That's pretty bad still.
Alright, yep, just hold here. You're free to turn out, everyone.
Do you want me to extend the water ski?
Ah, nah, you're good, Lex. If we come into the river, we'll extend it.
Alright.
You're free to turn out, Mister.
Yeah,
Turn it
well,
on track
just
IR.
scout.
Yeah, you didn't get the Mag 58 version, or it's not there. That might be still broken.
But I got that version.
Nah, there's no Mag 58 up here.
Well, we can go back and change it if you want.
Nah. I just thought it'd be cool to have my own machine gun on top that I could utilize.
Let me just go and check and see if it is. It'll be 1 sec.
I don't think it would be there. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, there seems to be only 2 versions. One is the one with the frame.
Yep, that's the up version.
Yeah, and the other one's just the stock.
Yeah, he must have taken out the Mag 58 because there was some bug with it. So it's all good. Didn't get no reply from command. You guys got your long ranges on in the vehicle?
I was about to turn it on.
Yeah, I gather that's going to 80.1.
Yeah, mine is.
Mine's not. Mine's 67.9.
Yeah, I've already changed mine. I'm not hearing anything from command, eh? Command, this is Victor 1. That's annoying, Lex.
What, are you not hearing anything?
No, I can hear you.
What?
You got on what? You got on speaker. No, someone's got on speaker.
Not me.
Victor 1's ready to go. One of you two have it on
I must have clicked it accidentally. It all came on default. Mine was on. I don't know why, because I didn't click it intentionally.
It makes it hard, yeah, yourself.
Long range 1?
And you can hear yourself trying to talk at the same time. Yeah, someone said long range 1.
No.
Copy, channel 1.
I think we got the command to IC coming out. Yeah, he is. He's on our right. Hello.
Long range carriers to Blazon. Long range carriers to Blazon.
Have you seen your channel? Because all the channels are wrong.
Yeah. So 80.1 for command?
Yeah.
Yep, and it's all in the side chat in the map.
Radio check on 1.
Do a comms check, Swifty, on long range.
Did you hear that, Sweet? I just did a radio check on channel 1.
Command lab clear.
Well, the vehicle radio is not working for some reason then. Or it's on a different station. I hear calories on that one too.
You just got out of the vehicle.
With you in a minute, we've got comms issues, we'll sort it out, we'll be moving.
Command Victor 1, radio check.
Loud and clear, Victor.
Got him.
I can hear him on the radio, on the
Am I
in-game
super
radio.
soft?
Oh wait, can I turn this down? Let's turn
I just did it to Chambers and he replied back.
Command radio check, channel 1.
Yeah, gotcha, Lex.
Does anyone copy on this channel?
This is command,
Yeah, I
loud
do.
and clear. Roger.
Yep. We're all good.
I copy.
I think
we're
the
good,
reason you didn't
Suits.
hear anything was you jumped out of the vehicle to talk
You
to
can still
Suits.
hear me, Suits?
I didn't hear you on the long range end suits. I mean Swift.
Nah, well, I did, because Chambers answered me.
I heard you when because you didn't hear him because you were standing outside, Lex. You gotta be in the vehicle for the vehicle radio to
Vehicle
work.
radio. That's right.
I jumped in and did a radio check and jumped out and asked if he could hear me. He said he couldn't. But I was in that vehicle.
Yeah, I could hear you.
The Chambers responded to you the first time and the
Yeah.
second time.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't moved. Because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
So Suits,
I noticed
Chambers
that
command.
turned out in this vehicle, they can hardly hear you on the outside, and you
Yeah,
can
it's
hardly hear
weird.
them. It's still considered turned in for Task Force Radio.
So were they just not hearing you before or something?
Yeah, I don't know. They were having issues. Not me, by the looks of it. Well, this works. I can still fire my star. I should have got an LMG, eh? Get an LMG up here. That'll be my Mag 58.
Command. This is command to Alpha Bravo. Can you guys load up?
Copy that, loading up. Command
Yeah, that
Alpha,
works.
are we loading up on the western?
So
Yeah,
should have got an
confirm
LMG
Western.
though. What do you reckon?
Then
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Bravo can do the eastern.
Just more fire down range, you know.
Could take a grenade launcher as well.
Yeah, I could pop grenades from here, you reckon?
Yeah. I think you just have to.
Oh.
You have to use like
I've
chuck
stabbed
grenades
my
at-
radio through my arm, dude. Damn it.
Yeah, you have.
That hurts.
Seems to be a mistake.
Command
I
Alpha.
don't think there's anything you can do about that.
Command center.
Are we weapons hot on the LZ?
Command Bravo, well loaded.
Copy Bravo.
Alright, so Chambers is command.
Alpha loaded.
Yes.
I was getting confused because I thought Suits was command.
Suits is
That's why I was
2IC.
asking, but-
Command loaded.
Can you pull your binocs out?
Yeah, I can. Ah, fuck, I didn't bring any. Who brought binocs?
I've got
I've got
Vector.
a Vector.
Just open your inventory, chuck it in so I can grab it out.
I'll chuck my Vector in because I can't use it whilst I'm.
Command to
gun
Bravo Alpha. Once we get on the ground,
Oh,
Give me Vector.
inventory's full.
Right.
Oh no, there it goes. Thank you.
Hey, I can't use it.
Look at that. Nah, you can't, only I can. There you go, I got the Vector.
command to Alpha Bravo. Once we get on the deck, I'll get
Permission to
I'll
shoot
get
down
both
2
teams
Black
to
Hawks.
set up defensive perimeter, and we'll start pushing towards
Permission
locate
granted.
the downed helo. Copy.
Bravo copies all. Out.
Solid copy.
Also, weapons free on the LZ in the nearby area. Just make sure we keep our eyes out for friendlies on the ground at the chopper. Copy.
Should we start moving out?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him in a second.
Alpha solid copy.
Command, this is Victor 1.
Victor, command send it.
Do you want us to move to an overwatch position at, say, grid 043015, hill feature 11?
That's A firm, Victor. I'll get you to hold there and liaise with me once
Right
we're on the ground.
turn, up the road. You just keep the barrel forwards for me for now.
Can do, or
Make it
just hold
easy.
for a take.
Yeah. So we can go up the road a little bit. Alright, left.
Command
It's going to be
Bravo,
left
contact.
turn to bearing
Copy, Bravo.
270 now.
Command Alpha.
Suggest you turn in.
Alpha,
Everyone turn in.
Have a squad of Daesh north-northeast of Alpha position.
Roger that, clear to engage.
Seeing shots on thermals. Yep.
There's friendlies getting shot.
Yep, I know. We've got to go forwards about 200
Alpha,
metres.
can I get you guys to push towards the compound to the north, the southwest, and set up?
Lex, can I get you to
Bravo,
move
command,
to
can I please get you guys to
246?
push towards tree line southwest and set up, see if you can get eyes on the helo.
Can I put us on top of this hill, Mescott?
Bravo, copy out.
I'm just gonna let you get the range from there. Come around to 240, Lex. Just straight between these rocks, bit to the right now, 245. Yep, get between the rocks, back up to 240. Yeah, that's it. Straight up here. What
I
can
can't
we
see where I'm going now.
Halt.
Eyes on friendlies, range 570 meters. They're disappearing through a tree line, which I lose visibility.
Yeah, that tree line's gonna be a bit annoying. That tree's in the way. Goddamn stupid hill.
Come in, Alpha.
I get you reverse 1 meter, Lex.
Alpha,
pushing
command, send it.
north-northeast.
Drive a
Clear up
reverse,
the rest
like
of the
3
Daesh,
meters.
Daesh unit. Sorry, just a second.
Negative, I'd rather you guys push to a safe position than at them. They can come to us.
Driver, I want you to come around to 220. So forward slow, come around to 220 degrees. There's gonna be a rock in the way. Make it 210.
We're not going to get good eyes on. I can't cover them through the tree line that they're advancing through at all.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was going to move us over down a bit to the south. All right, forwards, driver. Slow. To the left, please. 200 degrees. All right, that's it.
Bravo, this is
Come around
Alpha.
to
Can I get you guys
225.
to set up there and hold? Just get eyes west.
Bravo, copies.
Hoping. Oh, it's a bit foggy, isn't it?
I'm on thermals, so that's not, the fog's not a problem. The issue is.
Alright, hold here. Yeah, they've gone into that tree line.
And I
Alpha
can't
team,
engage
this
any
is
eyes barrels
command.
too high up. Elevation's hot.
Yeah. So
Command
basically,
Alpha.
we've got a whole heap of buildings.
Building southwest side of the compound that you're at. Can I please get your boys to set up there? We need to get eyes towards the town, see if we can get eyes on that helo.
Copy that.
X-ray 3, this is Victor 1. I believe Victor is on 106.1. I think you're 107.1.
Thank you, is that channel 7?
Copy that, but you'll have to manually put it in 107.1.
Affirm, thank you.
This is
Push
no
forward
good,
a bit. Can we push forward to the south a bit, to the other side of this stupid tree?
I was
Bravo,
actually
this is-
thinking coming
Bravo,
around
this
to
is
the
command.
north.
Sorry, hang on.
Has a visual to the west or southwest from your position, over.
Command Bravo, we've got eyes on most of the roofs of the town from here. We don't have eyes on the helo exactly, but we have spotted a bunch of contacts on the roofs just west southwest, about 200 meters.
Good copy, Bravo. Get your whole position. I'm going to try and push Alpha past you on the south side. You'll have to cover them and their movements. Over.
Good copy, Bravo out.
Okay, I can see all our friendlies. Problem with this is that compound. Do you need me to be quiet still, Lex?
No, but I'm all tabbed for a minute.
It's all
So I
good.
can't drive.
Messed off.
Yo.
What do you think, Grid 034017 maybe? We try
Sorry,
from
repeat.
the north.
North of that.
034017. So we're north of the target.
Yeah,
So
at Hill
look,
Feature
look
12.
where, look where Hilo is, and I'm thinking going south we're still
Yep.
blocked by all
Alpha,
the
this
buildings.
is Command. I need you to push southwest past Bravo on their south side towards the
I concur with
compound to your southwest.
Yeah, so
from here.
what I'll do is I'll radio it in to make sure we're allowed to move there
Okay, copy
first.
that. Command Bravo.
Because I've got no eyes on them behind the trees now. I'm just seeing the thermal scatter.
Yeah,
Command Bravo.
I can still see him a bit. Do you use black hot or white hot?
White hot.
It's actually easier in black hot because you can see trees and shit.
Command, this is Bravo.
I see it in the same.
Bravo,
I
this is
find
Command.
it
Send it.
easier in black hot.
We're good to
a lot
engage
of the
anything
time.
to our southwest.
A firm, just ID targets that they're not friendlies or POWs, over.
See, Albie built the map, and we don't know where the hostiles will spawn, so... I might
Well, the ones
actually...
that have spawned so far seem to be blue 4.
Oh. I might get his permission to move off this hill, actually to our south.
Alright.
Command Victor 1. There's no response.
He'll be Zeusing up enemies.
Suits will be, Command won't be.
Oh, true.
Command, this is Victor 1.
Suits mine, have suits.
Command Bravo.
Command's gone dead again. Yeah, what I might do is see if we can move down to maybe grid 040012. So we're still east side. Because I know that there's a little mound there that actually can see all the way to the west.
Command, this is Bravo.
Sorry, did you want me to move?
Nah, I want to call it in before I move, Lex. Make
Alpha,
sure I'm
this is
allowed
Bravo.
to.
Bravo, send it.
Alpha disregard. Command Bravo. I think we've got eyes on one of the POWs just about 250 meters to our west.
Copy that. Acknowledge. Just hold position for now.
Good copy. Bravo that.
Command, this is Victor. No, it didn't respond to me. You hearing it, Lex?
Yeah. Hear it on our radio.
Alpha, this is Command.
Command Alpha.
Alright, we just had a little bit of intel that DACE units are moving on the helo as we speak. Apparently it's southwest of your position. I need you guys to move onto that compound southwest and set up. Bravo, once they're set up, I'll get you guys to push across to the compound southwest of your position. Now, copy.
Bravo copies. Solid copy.
See a vehicle moving into the compound, military vehicle.
Command advised to all squads. This
Infantry
is
in the
this
back,
needs
they
to be
can't
carried
see
out with
weapons.
haste. Obviously, still be cautious of the IEDs in the area. Copy.
Command, this is Victor 1.
Victor 1, command send it.
Yes, some sort of military vehicle approaching from your south.
Copy that. If you can get eyes on, ready for engagement on that vehicle, that'd be good. So,
That's a negative. I'd also like to request to move up to grid 039011.
Got target, don't move.
that's affirmative. You can push to there now, Victor. Over.
Yeah, he's not getting
Copy
out.
that. What happened to him?
He's in between the squads and us now. If you see him, he's directly west now. Don't know who that is, but it's
Yeah, I
definitely.
don't know what that is either. Maybe it's not hostile. It's just
Command Bravo,
military
contact
type
scene
vehicle.
southwest.
There was a guy in the back.
Copy that.
which
You
is
are
odd,
free to
not in the
engage.
front.
Try and get all enemy hostiles down before we move in.
I can't
Bravo,
actually
copy.
see what the guy's uniform is. Alright, Lex.
Right.
We're going to move down to grid 039011. So I want you to go basically south from here, so it'd be 180. Let me zoom out so I can see where you're going. Yep, south should be good if you cut around south. Big rock there and a tree. Yeah, follow that path. I'll get the gun to just scan to our west.
Roger.
And I'll make sure the driver doesn't hit any rocks.
Eyes on thermal images. Don't know if it's hostiles or if it's.
Alpha, this is command. What's your sit rep?
Keep following the path.
Yeah, keep
Alpha,
on.
come down.
Stay on it for quite a while.
Command copies. I'll get you guys to see if you can set up in there with a bit of overwatch, and I'm going to push Bravo to the west. Over. Copy my last Alpha.
See friendlies moving into the compound.
Copy that. Bravo, once Alpha gives us the go-ahead, I'm going to push you guys west of your position. We'll need to get you guys up on the wall past the road
You hold
there.
there,
Over.
Lex. Hold.
Bravo,
Can
copies.
you come around to 270, Lex?
Right, can you get me in a spot where I can AFK for a minute?
Yep. Come around to 270.
I'm around to 270.
Forwards. Come around 255. Forwards. Straight in between them rocks. Bit to the right, make it 260. Just forwards, forwards, forwards.
Command Alpha,
Yeah, just
taking
yeah,
multiple
okay.
contacts to
You
our
can get
west.
back if you want, Lex.
Seem to be not
If you get
firing
back,
back.
then I can drive.
Alright.
Copy that. Continue
In the
on
back.
taking out any dace units.
Oh, that tree's
Let us know when you're set up so I can move
Yeah, can you
Bravo.
keep moving
I'll copy.
forward a bit?
Solid copy with set.
Roger that. Bravo, you will clear to move west, southwest. How copy?
Thinking
Bravo,
just
copy.
in here, in this hole.
Yeah, so all I can see is the back of our infantry. I can't see any hostiles, so I'll only see once they overrun them.
Yeah, it's
too
okay.
many
We're
walls.
watching their flanks left and right. Well, at this stage, we're watching over them. I don't want to push in,
Bravo, maybe.
because then we'll get surrounded.
Copy, Bravo. Eyes on. Alpha, make sure you got their tails covered as they push in.
Command Bravo, confirm we're pushing into the compound to our west.
A-firm, to the compound to your west. There is a POW marker just west of your position. I'll get used to investigate that and then push into the helo compound, please. Over.
Contacts in there.
Bravo copies all out.
Scanning, none.
Yeah,
Alpha,
they
this is
just
command.
flicked up a little bit, eh?
Nothing on the
Coming command.
Yeah, there we go again.
What's the sit rep? How are things
See,
looking on
252.
your south side there?
8-9.
Pretty clear at the moment.
There goes a guy diving to the ground
Yeah, I can
too.
see him. Civilian.
Yep.
Copy.
Diving to
Bravo's
the
in
ground.
position. If you guys can
He's
move out of
crawling.
that compound and
No
push
weapon.
straight southwest from your position to that compound across from
So
you
basically, we're
and set
watching
up
their
again.
south
Over.
at the moment, and then north,
Solid
I
copy.
guess. Apparently, the map's a bit broken. Which is all good. They're trying to fix it on the fly, so I guess we just chill messed off. All good.
Come on, Bravo. Command Bravo.
Bravo, Command Center.
Confirming that the message is popping up inside chat is just due to a editing error.
Hey firm, ignore and continue on mission. We need to try and see if we can get these BOWs to safety.
Copy that. Bravo out.
I just do quick scans behind us.
Possibly an idea of potential is we could move to that next hill feature around 265 from our location, where there's some rocks and we can possibly see over the wall from there to the sort of northwest then.
Basically heading 270.
Yeah, there's another little one could come on, or we could push all the way up to the left-hand side of the wall, which is where the Alpha Red position is, and then we can see into the and provide fire support because Alpha's pushed way in advance of our support.
This is Command.
Yeah.
Command Bravo, send it.
I don't think Suits either.
Just noticed that your blue fire team is possibly split from you at the moment, and they're very close to Alpha's position.
As a long-range covering fire sort of thing.
Yeah, AFM, I'm trying to get them to clear the compound just to their west.
All we're going to be able to shoot is this wall.
We'll be able to take out any contacts coming from the south, though.
Alpha, this is
We've
Command.
got their whole southern flank.
Correct.
Command Alpha.
Which is
Bravo
good
is
enough.
clearing the compounds to your northern side. If you guys can clear the one to your southwest, west-southwest, and then hold that position, please. Over.
We can
Solid copy.
reorientate.
Command, we have
Right
an
now we'll just
IED.
watch
We
their
might
south
need the
approach.
EOD specialist.
Good copy. Mark on map, inside channel, and we'll send our EOD specialist down there. We'll pick it up. Keep your squad clear. Over.
Copy that. IED has been marked.
Probably move a bit more southwest. I might to the next hill.
Bravo,
How do you
also
feel
just
about that?
make sure you use your call sign on where
Honestly, the angle
when you set stuff like that instead of using where. Over.
the wall and trees.
Solid copy.
Bravo, this is Command. No eyes on your IED marker.
Oh, good message.
Command Bravo, I don't believe we've encountered
This
an
map's
ID as of
actually
yet.
quite difficult for
Sorry, Bravo,
vehicles
Alpha.
because of its up and down terrain.
Yeah.
Like,
Was
that,
meant to
that
be
is
for
a bit of
Alpha.
a problem. Gonna do something.
Eyes on
Alpha. Do
Alpha.
you see the...
Yeah, Command copies Alpha. Clear eyes. Over.
How's that? That's better. That should give us... Just gotta watch that compound on our left.
Yeah, still got no eyes on the friendlies now at all. I know where they are, but...
Yeah, as long as we cover that south approach. And if we have to, we'll move positions and cover other approaches. I'll watch that compound too, to our left, if you just want to watch out in front.
All good, can do.
Just notice all the bunnies. And the goats.
This is Command to Alpha
Yeah,
Bravo. If you guys
dude
get
in the
any
building
eyes on the
there.
helo
That's
crash
friendly.
or POWs or survivors, please send it over Command net. Over.
Bravo copies.
Still wondering what our civilian was doing over there.
Command
panicking
Bravo,
and-
we've encountered one of the survivors from the crash. He's injured, treating him now. Over.
Might have been a snake over there.
Copy. Once you got him,
those
detain him and hold him with you guys for now. Safety.
Is that what was going
Bravo
on?
copies.
So how's it going, Lex? Are we all good?
Command Alpha.
Not really.
Alpha's Command, send it.
What's wrong? Like, I know it's reversed all blue 4,
Don't really know.
The
Just
northern
trying to work out a way to set them.
helo marker, the northern building, there's a POW inside.
Solid copy. If you guys can move to that location, secure them and hold till we get there. Over.
I also don't want to flood chambers with too much shit at the moment either, about requesting to move all the time. Let him have his bit of glory as the commander, make it nice and easy for him. I know you want to move forwards, Smestoff.
I'm just trying to think where there's a way we can provide some fire support. Like, the only way I can think and not get involved, like not right in, is either up to Hill Feature 12 to the northeast of command, or directly south of it at maybe the Hill Feature 11 and 12 directly south of command.
Yeah, see, they're within 100 meters.
They're too close though. I mean, maybe 13 for
the double 11 is a possibility.
double 11 potentially.
Command
Yeah.
Bravo.
That's moving us up within 200 meters of the battle again.
Well, it's just that's the field of view we've got.
Command Bravo.
If the troops come, if we do get a bunch of troops coming up from the south, you will be able to see them a lot. They'll pop up over ridges and then go back down and stuff. And that's sort of where we take our shots. Yeah, I've got people on rooftops and buildings and stuff. Oh, I'm seeing fire.
Command Bravo.
Bravo, send it.
I'm trying to work out where that fire's coming from.
Red team. Oh, my red team has just encountered the helo crash site. We've encountered a squad of NATO troops plus several POWs.
Eyes on potential target.
Roger that. How many are alive?
Wait, one.
Range
Alpha.
distance meters.
Alpha's holding position
bearing
in the
265
compound. We are
behind
taking
trees.
fire from the west.
Alright,
Copy Alpha. Return
during
fire
thermals?
and hold position. We need to keep these
Alright, I'm not
POWs
in
safe.
thermals,
Over.
looking at the same spot, trying to get an eye on them, dude. I can see a little fire burning right there. I'll try and get the confirmation, not being in thermals, I guess. Can't see anything. I can see the hole in the wall. There's a hole in the wall there next to a burning fire.
Way far. Look left more.
This is Command to Bravo. Can you guys give us a count on how many POWs we have to extract? We'll be organising X-ray soon. Copy.
Bravo,
Oh
copies.
yeah,
Wait one.
we've got contacts. Command, Victor, we've got contacts approaching from your south. We are opened up and engaging.
Command Bravo, count 7 POWs / NATO troops.
Good copy, Bravo, and solid copy, Victor. Clear for engagement.
They are definitely hostiles. One on the ridgeline. I can't tell if you killed him.
Command Alpha, your EOD has survived the blast.
Copy that. We got eyes on. We got it under control. You guys continue on mission.
Do you
Targets down.
wanna put some rounds through the trees, please? At about 260, left and right of that, about 3 degrees. There's one up on the ridge again, RPG.
Tempted to hit him. Missed him. I'm using, explosive.
Yep. Make sure you're ranged in at probably, what,
I've got it at
500?
500 at the moment, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I'm scanning left a bit. Yeah, we got a contact at 254 in the trees.
Scanning, can't see.
You see white smoke. It's left of white smoke. There he is. There he is, running left to right now.
Still
He's
can't
at
see him.
256 he'll be at, roughly. 257.
I don't have I've only got rough numbers.
Yep. Alright, so I've lost him. He's gonna pop out again at 262. You see the gap in the tree with the dead bodies?
Yep.
He's probably gonna come out running through that gap in a second. So I'll just get you to watch there for a sec.
Bravo, this is Command. We're pushing into your location. We're going to be extracting the POWs from that compound that you're in. So I'll get you guys to set up on the outer walls or the highest buildings that you can, and hold off any enemy attacks as we get the POWs.
He's running left to right, so that's the only place he's going to come out of.
Alpha Solid.
He might
Got a
have been
vehicle
nailed.
approaching from the left, ambulance of some sort.
Yeah, it's coming to get a couple of bodies.
Alright, just doing a 360 scan now. No targets. Can you get you fixated on that little hole, I guess? Like, zoom out a bit from it, but just keep your gun ready for on that hole there at 262.
Command Bravo.
Is it a helicopter next to us?
Friendly?
Yeah. What do you need me? I think he was just looking at us. I don't know why.
Sorry, Bravo, this is Command.
More contacts identified. I'm just letting them spawn in because they've just been spawned clearly. I don't want to ruin the fun.
Yeah, don't just nail the spawn dudes.
Yeah, I can see
Oh,
them.
they're right in front of us, hey. I quickly turn in. I was turned out. Oh, there's a lot. I'll call it on the radio. Command, Victor. Command, Victor.
Victor, this is Command Center.
You have large infantry forces approaching from grid 035010 to your south and southeast.
Solid copy. Thanks for that, Victor.
Could have nailed them all one HE shot and taken the whole lot.
Alpha, this is Command. Victor has spotted possible enemy contacts moving up the road from the southeast of your position if you want to get eyes on. Over. Solid copy.
I think we got friendlies. I hope that's a friendly. I don't think it is. Come around to 293, 377 meters on the wall.
Shifting.
293, 385 meters on the wall.
Yeah, I see. He's got some beacon on his head or something.
Below the window?
Yeah, eyes on. Not sure.
Yeah, he's gone round. Hang on. To bring map tools.
Yeah, definitely hostile. There's a second one.
Command Bravo, we've encountered an IED.
Wish I brought map tools now. I could have worked
This
out.
is
exactly
Command.
what
Say
grid
again,
it's on.
Bravo.
Command Bravo, we've encountered an IED to the entrance of the northwestern compound that we're moving to.
A good copy. I'll get you to mark and see if there's another way in, unless you can blow your way in.
I forgot so much already. Like, if I brought map tools, I can do range and stuff, and then
My last, Bravo.
tell them exactly what grid
Copy
they're in.
that.
I'm trying to work it out now. It's a house at 293 degrees. There's goes another one running out.
That's right, I was going to scout.
Command Alpha. Alpha Command Center.
Can we get X-ray 3 to wave off? We have contacts to his south and he's really close.
Yeah, copy that.
Command.
They got a man down.
Command, Victor. I think they got friendlies moving south there too, so just watch that.
Yeah, but they got a guy down behind them. They've been shot in the back.
Victor, all call signs, you have more contacts moving in from your west at grid 035012, moving west towards your position.
Command copies. Victor. Over. All teams be advised, POWs are being extracted now. Let's make sure we keep enemy contacts off our AO. Over.
Command Bravo, be advised, control explosive going off at the northwestern compound.
Good copy. Make sure you guys
Sky
are clear.
right
Over.
there, we're up 275.
Bravo,
there he
copy
goes,
south.
to the left. I think he's hostile, I can't tell. There
That's
he
why I
goes
didn't
again.
engage.
Yep,
I've lost
he's
him now.
hostile there. They're engaging on the top of the roofs at him.
I've lost him.
There he is. 270. 300 meters. Moving right to left. 268. Going prone. 268.
Eyes
300
on, eyes
meters.
on, eyes on.
Running right to left again.
More contacts around that location. Motorbike just came over the hill.
Yeah, they're all in there. Just doing another. Oh. Contacts, hang on, I'm doing my 360 scan, then I'm going to give you a whole lot more contacts. I just gotta finish my scans. Alright, come around to 327. Range 600 meters?
Eyes on, scene.
It's a full squad, they're all spread out though.
Inform, let them know so I don't just steal the skills.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out where they are on the map now. Protractor would have been good. I could have just put it up there.
You can use a vector, can't you?
How does the vector
R
work?
and T.
Command Bravo.
Yeah, it gives me
Bravo,
the,
this is Command Center.
distance and
My
range,
red
which
team are
I've got
reporting
here
that
already.
the northwestern
Yeah, but you can
compound
do it
is
from
ill-suited
second
for
point.
a blocking force. It doesn't have any good vantage points.
Oh, yeah, you're
Solid
right.
copy,
I
Bravo.
could
Pull
do
you
it to a
guys out
point
from
that I
there
already
then.
know.
And we're going to start pushing teams back to extract at LZ Alpha.
Bravo copies out. Red, fall back to the original compound. We'll just set up here.
Alpha, this is Command.
Command Alpha.
I'm going to get you guys to push back to the large compound east of your position, and we're going to try and leapfrog back to LZ Alpha, set up for extract. How copy?
I'm a minus 22, by the way.
Apparently I'm not. I'm on nothing.
All your kills go to the commander.
Victor, this is Command.
Send a command.
What's the sit rep up to the east there?
Directly to your east should be fine. We have contact. Currently 320 degrees, 600 meters from Victor's current location. That'll be to your northeast, towards LZA.
Copy that, Victor. Can I get you to push northward 100 metres, 200 metres or so, with, just to give us a flank to the northeast as we extract? Over.
Copy that. Victor's going to move north 300 metres to grid 038013.
Yeah, solid copy, Victor. That'll be good. Over.
You in here, Lex?
Take.
Are you drivable?
No, not.
I'll drive then.
Command Alpha.
Alpha, this is Command Center.
Right, I'm in the driver's
I
seat.
think one POD got left behind.
Going west, and then there's a road.
Copy
When I
that.
hit the road, I
Whereabouts?
want to go north.
To the east of your location.
Checking.
I can go a little bit northwest right
Roger,
now.
which
actually.
compound though?
Yeah, they want to push back towards LZA. So
The eastern compound of yours.
If you go north,
Copy that. We'll move in there and check it out. You guys continue
on your
pushing.
Yep, there's a
pushing
road I
towards
wanted to
LZA.
hit, and I wanted to follow up the road.
You're about to hit it in about 2 meters. 10 meters. You're coming onto it now.
No, it's
copy,
dead,
Alpha.
yep. So we're going to follow this
Copy.
north.
Yep.
Bravo, Command.
Is this it?
Command Bravo,
Yep,
stand.
this is it. This is it.
Also,
slightly
we'll get
right,
you
yeah.
guys to start pushing to LZ
I
Alpha and set up for extraction. Over.
Copy that, Command. Be
Danger
advised,
close,
we've
contact
spotted
close.
contact to our northeast.
I'm going to keep driving slow.
Bravo out.
Contact's down.
Copy that.
I'm going to leave us here, is it? Is this good? If I go forwards, we're going to drop down into a ditch, that's all.
I'm already pretty ditched now. We've got that same problem before.
It is a bit like that, we're in the low.
Command Bravo, be advised, full squad seeing north.
I'd suggest we move.
Copy that, Bravo.
northwest from
Clear to engage.
upper of this road.
Alpha, I'll get you guys to continue trying to push northeast. Bravo's in contact north.
Solid copy.
Because this current position.
Scratch that, Alpha. Hold position.
Yep,
Hold
yep.
position.
It's just if I go forwards here, we're going to be more blind.
Yeah, I'd say go left, go up off the road, up the hill a bit so I can shoot down.
We're moving on to their LZA position, which is wanted to cover it, not be really on it. How's that? That should be good. You should have over the horizon there, shouldn't you?
I'm getting it now.
How's that?
That's probably good. That's as good as we can get to meet their requirement.
Get a goat.
Yeah, that'll go.
That'll go.
Found a rabbit.
Yep, come around to 288.
Victor, this is Command.
Command, this is Victor.
Our Bravo squad's getting hit from the north. Could you try flanking to the east of the enemy? So I need you to push northwest, just before the tree line there. See if you can set up, get eyes on.
Copy that. The ground
Eyes on,
is
eyes
a bit dodgy, so we'll make our best.
Copy, Victor. Command out.
Alright, I'm gonna move northwest anyway.
Yeah, I'm engaging beautifully. If you keep that, keep moving forward northwest, should be perfect.
How's that?
Yep, it's all good.
I don't, yeah, this is as far northwest as I want to go.
That's all good. Hold there for a sec.
Because from there it's basically 10 feet. It's a 10-meter drop in front of us. I don't want to go into that drop, eh? The dead guy's right behind us. They're going to be all friendlies in those.
Alright, Alpha,
buildings
this
there.
is Command. You guys are clear to push northeast towards the compounds before LZ.
Yeah,
Over.
I've seen that. It's got to be friendly.
Solid copy.
And there's other friendlies on the roof.
Command
Oh.
Bravo, north has gone a bit quiet as of now. We've got no
Off
other
thermals,
contacts,
it's
so
a
we
bit
clear to start
difficult
moving
to
northeast.
tell.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Solid copy, Bravo.
He's
You're
in the
clear to start
shadows.
pushing east.
He's in like the dark.
Bravo. Red, use the window of
There's a guy on
truth.
the roof
We're
to
going to
the
start
right
moving
as
east.
well.
Yeah, I didn't bring my protractor. Otherwise, I'd work out exactly what building he was in and then ask if they had any friendlies there. What is it? It's 199. Is that the buildings we just left?
Yeah,
Command Bravo,
basically.
moving east. Out.
Then they've got to be hostile. Just getting range, 500 meters.
Yeah, 503. Bearing 199.
So
Puts
that's
it southwest.
Yep. Puts it in grid 036009, right in that corner building, I reckon.
Yeah, I'd say it's that compound around hill feature 13 marker.
Yep. Put a shot in the window. I had no reports of friendlies there that I know of. Do HE. HE in the window. That's it. Thank you. Second one on the roof to the right of that. Yep. Alright, hold
Command
on.
to Bravo. What's your sit rep?
Bravo's just waiting for the
I made
blue
that
fire
call.
team to start
I do
moving up.
think it's hostile.
We're
I do
moving
think
east
it's
now.
hostile, man.
Solid copy, clear. Alpha, this is Command. How's your movement?
Hey, you to keep watching 270.
Command Alpha, doing fine.
Roger that. I'll get you guys
aware
on
that
point
we
to the
are
LZ, please, and
in the
get you
middle
guys
of
to
the
be
fire
first
now,
set up at
pretty
LZ
much.
Alpha. Over.
Solid copy.
Not really on the edge anymore.
North to west.
2
Alright.
definitely not hostile.
We should have friendlies now. Coming in at around 228. They should be start popping up.
I think they were definitely not hostile, those ones, because they came up as -2 against me, which means civilian kills.
No, they weren't. They were. Oh, they could have been civilians, you reckon? Hiding in the window.
Well, they weren't there when we were up close.
May have popped 2 civilians in a window. I definitely thought it was a hostile. I thought it had a gun that was looking out, to be honest.
Well, the one on the roof I was worried about more than the one that was in the doorway,
Civilian contact at 038.
I was just about to report him. He's just standing there looking stupid.
No, he's a bit sus.
Victor, this is command all elements and pushing northeast towards your position from southwest, over.
Copy that.
Eyes on scene.
Can you come around to watch at 074?
Victor, this is command. We're going to have a blind side to the south side. Can I get you guys to push back southeast towards the road and watch our 6 as we extract, over?
Command, copy that. You available yet, Lex, or not?
Just a sec.
Command
It's
Alpha.
alright, I'll drive.
Alpha, command send it.
I've actually got the best
Alpha
view
is
here.
there. All round defense. LG
know.
Alpha.
You can see south.
Copy
I
Alpha,
can
you
see
guys
south
will
of
be
Africa from here.
on the Black Hawk with the POW. You'll be the first out. Bravo will get you to hold position at the LZ. Command will fall out with the Little Bird, over. Sorry, copy.
Yeah, see, I'm getting
Command
flashes of
Bravo,
stuff
we're
coming in at
from the east
060,
of the
and they're all civilians.
from the
They're
west
like
of the
4 or
sorry.
5 civilians now, I think.
Copy.
It's like a whole bunch of them moving right to left, joining our single dude that's standing there. They're all going to join him by the looks of it.
Weird. I'm just
You
focusing
watch.
on the southwest.
In a second, the dude will come out. I'll be moving this back as per Victor's or command's request, eh?
Yeah, you need to put us all the way back on the hill though, because the vision from here is so much better than, you know, where we were.
We only have to watch south of the LZ, so
Yeah, which was where we were, you know.
so just what do you reckon? Back to here?
He's fine. We've got plenty of views.
And as soon as I see these choppers coming in, which I think they are now, I'm gonna just book ourselves back out east.
Bravo, do you guys want to push your guys out to set up an all-round defence? Because once Alpha and Command's gone, you'll be here on your own till chopper comes in, over. Copy that.
Command, Victor, do you want us to leave now as well?
Affirmative, Victor. You guys are good to RTB, over.
Should we hold Phil Alpha or like wait till they're all aboard?
Nah. They're getting all loaded up now, then one squad's staying in a low profile, I guess. So, I gave up on Star Ruler, by the way. Yeah, it's got bugs in it, man. It kept crashing on me.
Oh, it's
Giving
just
me
the
shit.
mods.
Nah, not the mod, just the base game has a crash for me as well. Something about, I don't know, when I load save games it fucks up, so I'm gonna wait.
Command Alpha, Alpha load.
The devs are aware of
Copy
it.
Alpha.
I'm playing Star Citizen instead.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually been quite fun. Wouldn't mind some people to play with me.
Isn't it just a dogfight?
Well, we've got Battle Royale, we've got team dogfights, I can do 1 versus 1 against you, Mestoff. We can do co-op against the Vandal Swarm, or we can do races. They're all the options that you can do at the moment. It doesn't sound that bad, does it? Don't feel like doing some. I paid $35 and I reckon I've got a game there already for me. Like I wouldn't mind doing like some co-op against the Vandal Swarms to see what wave we could get to. I can get to wave 10 today with this random guy. It's just me and a random player that I played with, and I get to wave 10. I just thought it'd be fun. See,
Yeah, I can have a look at
it up too. I feel like I'm missing a road.
Yeah, sorry guys.
No, it's got to be a head.
Head northeast. Helicopters are landing to the northeast.
Ah, I see the base now. You missed
Alpha,
the
this is
uplifts.
Bravo. You guys want to do your squad brief?
Command Bravo, we're loaded.
Copy that, Bravo.
I think I've probably solved the problem as you're about to leave.
As we were leaving.
Yeah, something's gone very wrong.
What's going on here? These all the POWs and fucking hostages or something.
Yeah. Maybe don't run them over.
Maybe don't fucking drive away.
They're not all tied up.
Can I get round in?
I think this could be the civilian digs as well.
Keep the barrel forward, please.
Doing so. What are you doing, dude?
Keep the barrel forward, please.
Alright, everyone can dismount. Turn off the engine. Didn't you like my parking messed off? Hey, I got that thing around there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'll take him to our...
It's alright, I just did the drive and parked this and then moved this.
Oh well.
No, on the move shooting.
Yeah.
Good job, mate. Victor, I think we went really well.
Well, he's mine now.
I think we coordinated targets quite well, Mestoff.
Yeah, we did actually.
Say Susie.
PJs were just flat out.
We might have shot.
Going on and offline for you.
We might have shot a civilian. Yeah, a couple people have gone off.
We got a
Oh, that was so annoying.
Minus
It took me out of actually
26.
the entire mission.
One IED and it blew up in my face.
Yeah,
on like
he's
second
I got him.
Alright.
PJ on.
Do we
Bravo.
need to do a debrief or do you think
No,
we're
he's already
good?
got one. He's already got one.
I think we're fine.
I don't really
yeah,
have any
Yeah, Luke's just sat in the back staring at a wall.
We can do that.
I'm doing this also.
Good debrief.
Be
Right, pull in. I'm gonna quickly take a piss.
Oh, jeez, that's been a while since I've done.
I've got his head.
I'm gonna have to head off early, guys. I had nothing to raise during debrief, so as long as we're all good.
Good man.
Cheers, Woodsy.
a lot to talk about, is there?
Oh, really?
Oh, no. It's a successful, smoothly operated mission.
So what did you want to talk about,
What's
Sid?
the,
No, I'm
what's
saying
the-
there's not a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Here's what he say, mate.
So how
Giving morphine.
how finicky is the random number generator on the EOD disarms?
It needs some tweaking. Particularly, did it happen on the inspect?
No, I arrived. It was already inspected and revealed. It looked like so. It was a jumble of pipes and wires sticking out of a mound of dirt instead of a camouflaged one.
Yeah.
And so when I used the interaction menu, it had 4 options, and I just chose remove casing. That went without a hitch. And then the second I touched exposed wiring, it went clean.
Yeah, I saw the explosion from the air. Looked good.
Hmm.
Looks like a bloody nuke going off every time.
Be glad, man. It would have been blissfully fast.
Thanks for the support.
3%,
Victor
eh?
270.
It doesn't seem like 3%, eh?
No.
I just touched it. On the second action, I went kaboom.
You know what I reckon would be interesting, Lex? If we change it from being the first 3 to the last 3, I reckon it'd be a huge difference. I reckon armor random number generator is total bullshit.
Maybe, yeah.
I reckon if you change it from being 1, 2, 3 or 97, 98, 99 type thing, it'll be
Yeah,
huge last.
I definitely agree that it seems to be going off too much. I've just touched a couple of them and they go off straight away.
Yeah, it seems to happen every op without fail at least once. And how many ops
Actually-
do we do? 1 or 2 or 3 or something?
So were you saying that there's a check at the start of the animation and at the end?
Yeah, so it's basically 6% per action.
Script some kind
It's
of.
just okay. Can you do
I
it
probably should
maybe
make
a
it like
really low
0.3.
chance at the
Yeah.
start, but like maybe a 1% chance at the very start, or even no chance at the start, and then more at the end? Because then
but
it'd be much better if.
It's not even going off at 6%, so the percentage aren't
No,
right.
just so you get the progress bar coming all the way to the end, and then you start to get nervous
that's
as
I
the
agree,
progress
Tom.
bar finishes.
It's nowhere near
Yeah.
6%.
Used to only be at the start.
And when he wasn't there,
but
TPM was
we
on,
added
so
it
that
to
was
the end,
fine.
but yeah, I like it at the end better too, because you think you're getting away with it, and then bang.
And then kaboom! It's like no.
Yeah, it's like you're doing
Messed it up
something
right at the
wrong.
end. Yeah, that's right.
You've done. Whereas if you just touched it, it doesn't really give you that impression.
Yeah,
Scares
so
the
sort of
shit
take
out
a
of you
deep
too,
breath,
though, when you
start it,
blows
watch
when
the
you
progress
first
bar.
touch it. I think that one's not too bad.
Hey Vex, can you revert those ASOR edit fixes and do a repo update? So I've got to test the server before I go to bed, or I'm not going to sleep.
The only other thing that I noticed, and I don't know what it was, but I took not a jot of damage from the IED blowing up in my
what the
face.
fuck?
So random how when
Eye
it
of the
hits you.
storm.
Yeah, explosions in armor are gay as AIDS.
It was on a medium setting, that one.
Where do you spawn the explosion?
Yeah.
Well, obviously I was wearing my EOD
Just
suit,
above
right?
the IED.
Yeah, I had that problem. I wrote an IED script.
Yeah,
and
the-
you
Not
don't
actually
put it
wearing
like
the
a meter
EOD
up.
vest though.
If you do an explosion though, and there's a
Let's
slight
put it up.
hill, it will not kill you.
Alright.
Yeah, no,
It, like,
it'll
comes
set off
out
the
in a
explosion,
flat
but it'll
line.
take place underground and you'll be shielded.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I always spawn it like a meter up.
Might have been a bit of wall between you if I remember that one that hit you.
Yeah, the only thing you have
It was
to
just in the door of a
go ahead.
compound, wasn't it?
I was just
Yeah,
saying,
it was
just
out
with
of
the
curiosity, what are you
wondering
saying?
if that's the
5
only
meters
thing,
away
the
from the
only
wall
real issue, I
of
guess.
a-
because if
And
someone
I'm
goes
in the
off
middle of the
into an IED,
compound.
that's the whole
I've got
squad
my
there.
own explosions that I made, but I can't remember what
We
they
know.
I'll have to have a look.
I had ones that were basically mortar shells seem to be the most reliable.
Yeah,
they weren't
there's
shooting at
different
us.
types for different sizes.
Buzzing my ASLab
I've done my
does.
own effects, so it's like a bigger cloud or whatever.
I wasn't trying to buzz your ASLab, I was trying to look at the damn thing. It looks gorgeous. That there is a nice model.
Kel heard that. Thanks for the support
it,
with
Alpha.
He's not
Victus
Alpha.
52. That was really good moving you around out there.
We
Oh,
may
it's
have
all
shot a
done.
civilian in a window.
The
I'm not
ASLab's
sure.
been updated.
Oh no.
Well, he had Overwatch on yous, and he was there. And he was just like sitting there. Couldn't Well, no, tell if he had a gun or not, and I just sort of looking. I said, "Yeah, put a shot in there, HE shot."
Yeah.
Jeez, Swift.
You got an
Well,
idea,
he was
Bert, mate.
back in the shadow, and
Exactly, he should know better.
just looked like it looked like he could have had a gun.
Says, I'd be back in the shadow if there's a bunch of people running around with guns and
What the fuck's he watching the war zone for?
Someone might be coming to get me.
Peel his face off Swifty, I reckon.
Mate, you're all bleeding, mate.
It was a tough call.
Yeah,
like
Jack
I
jumped out of the helicopter.
ummed and ahed about it, and I thought, nah, put one in there.
Better safe than sorry.
Looks like we got everyone here.
Yeah, good.
Good work, guys. Mission was a little bit bugged, but he's carried it out. We got the POWs back, I think, bar one, but it was pretty good outcome, I think, at the end there. So, team seemed to be moving well from my end. You guys didn't take too long to get going, considering sort of first go with new teams, new leaders, everyone trying everything out sort of for the first time or second time, whatever it may be. But it was pretty good, I thought. So, my apologies for any weirdness from command end. So. It's been a while since I've done it. The suit's fucking left for a bit, so.
It's alright, I wrote a list, Chambers.
Yeah, sweet, Timmy. Great. So Alpha, do you want to chime in?
Email that through.
Man, Alpha's a laugh fest.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, no, yeah, it was alright. Yeah, moved around pretty good, and
You're on Yell.
we moved around pretty good, and GG. And yeah, I don't know, yeah, we did alright. Everything ran smooth, even though they didn't fire back. So my CFA turned out to be my 2IC, so he was doing like marking stuff on the map and stuff. So yeah, it's alright.
Okay. Bravo.
Yeah, Bravo had a decent time tonight. I mean, we did notice the Daesh were being pussies, but whatever. Fire teams worked out pretty well. Noisy, who was my fire team for FTL for the first time, did pretty decent as his first time as leading leading a part of the squad. But yeah, ID calling was pretty good. We managed to infiltrate the compounds and clear them out like in an orderly fashion and not stray off too much. So I was pretty happy with all that. Yeah, it was decent.
Good work.
Not too bad. I did notice that we had some issues raising command at more than one occasion. Just either myself or Tom would call you in and there would be no response.
Yep, my fault. It's because I didn't have my radio set up properly. I did hear ears, but I also had X-ray and whatnot in my ear, so I was
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, fam.
Yeah, I tried to get back to as much as possible. X-ray.
X-ray didn't have too much to do. Comms, okay, I guess.
What about all the QRF? Come on, LB.
Hey?
All that QRF that was coming through.
It was all good. We had
We
no
should do more of these missions.
Everything went smooth. Cal was okay with the comms, doing the run, so it's still the same issue with the TeamSpeak when having to triple spam the radio every time to get through on long range, but apart from that, all good.
Roger. Thanks for that. Victor.
We had a pretty good run. Mestov and I worked quite well together. Lex sat in the back for most of it.
I see you did all the work.
Yeah.
Me and Lex are probably AFK a bit there.
Yeah, it's all good though. When we were on your west side of that Hill 11 feature, that was just no good. We moved to the south and just covered your south flank, and that worked quite well. We couldn't really see you guys. We could just see everything to the south of you guys. Terrain's really difficult here, and I forgot my map tools, so that was a bit of an error, and we may have killed a civilian.
2.
May have.
Well, I put a
It was
HE round
unconfirmed.
into a civilian, and
Here's the thing, I could have confirmed it if I popped my head out and used my vector, because my vector's not grainy like the in-game camera, but to do that I put my own life at risk just to confirm that it's a civilian.
Good work, guys. It's what it's all about, practice and people stepping up, trying out new things. So, well, we did it. So. Nice, good work.
Alright, quick thing, check the forms. Gonna upload a photo.
Alright, just before everyone takes off, I'll just let you know that there was an error tonight. We're doing a lot of changes to the mods at the moment, just to try and set things up for future stuff that's coming up. Yeah, I sort of fucked up the side of the enemy, so they were set to west. That's why they weren't really being active. Probably worked out good to be a nice little training mission, but unfortunately they wouldn't shoot at us because, yeah, they're on the same side. But sorry about that. Anyway, I'll make sure it's fixed before Sunday, obviously, and also the radio shit at the start and all that. That's another change that was this happening.
Yep. One thing I noticed that I was assigned the AirNet channel from future on. I guess Victor will be channel 7, which is reserve.
Oh yeah, it's basically channel 7. Yeah.
Because I think I annoyed Albie, and then Das didn't know where he was either.
Yeah, but Swifty, you've been annoying Albie for years.
Instant 13's headline is going to be ASOR unit engages friendlies practicing for Operation Spectral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just, I don't know, the new guys that are here tonight, it's usually much more intense and a bit more organised and stuff. So tonight was a bit ad hoc-y when the radios are all fucked. We just sort of went all over the place. But yeah, well done for sorting that out too, by the way. That was good. Reminded me of the old days before we had that shit sorted. Yeah. Fuck.
I drew a pretty picture for you.
If anyone's willing to hang around, the repo's updated again. I wouldn't mind just reloading this map and seeing if the enemies spawn and stuff properly.
I'll hang around since I've got nothing better to do.
Take out 6 Victors.
Well, that wasn't Timmy that said that. Was it?
Yeah, if anyone hangs around, we can throw the PvP map up and give that a crack too.
Yes, it was Timmy who said that.
Can I get a Victor in the PvP map?
God damn it, you insist. PvP, fine.
Alright, I'm gonna drop the server now, update the server, so...
except for the last time, I got
See you guys.
Alright, see you guys.
Catch you later, boys.
Yeah, see you guys.
Did you go and disarm that ID I found next to that
Oh,
building?
unless
or?
it's just not doing the sound.
Well, if by disarm you
Das, can
mean
you tell me
set
your
it off in my
secrets
face,
towards,
yes.
PvP?
Oh, okay.
'Cause frankly, I don't know how.
I didn't find the pressure plate. I just found
The
straight up
trick
found
is-